supposed to be 75 degrees and sunny. That's not going to happen here in Maryland today. It is 67 degrees and cloudy. No wind to speak of at all. It's kind of humid. A lot of rain has been in the area. It rained this morning. One thing to keep an eye on, Link, is the middle of the field. They painted that Raven logo purple and also in the end zones this morning, and they had a dryer out. There's a little worried about it being especially slippery, but this is a state-of-the-art field. In fact, for years, when this stadium opened in 1998, it was artificial surface. They've gone to natural grass, Link, and it seems to be a pretty sure and fast track on this field because they do have state-of-the-art drainage, but there's a slight crown in this stadium.
Just a slight one, as you mentioned on the field. It is a state-of-the-art field, but expecting the conditions to make it play a little soft or slow today. We'll see how it keeps up, and I see a lot of the guys out there, Raiders right now, with long cleats on, so we'll see how they hold up during the game.
All right, Tywan Jones, interestingly, is one of the Raider inactives. Not sure if that's a lingering concussion problem or just he's not playing great on kickoff returns, but he's a core special teamer. So Jalen Richard, the rookie, is back in the end zone, the west end zone here at M&T Bank Stadium. Justin Tucker will kick off. He will kick it short purposely, high in the air. Richard will take it on the 10, straight ahead, 15-20, and he runs out up Keith McGill's back, out across the 25 up to around the 28-yard line. So interestingly, the special teams coordinator here, Jerry Rosberg, coach, electing to have Tucker, who's got a great kickoff leg. Last year he had 63 touchbacks on 73 kickoffs. Purposely skied that one, but he did not hit that ball real high. And Richard got a running start on the 10, and he took it out to give the Raiders a great drive start.
Yeah, a lot of teams playing that way with a pooch kind of kickoff, trying to get the teams inside their own 20.
First and 10, Raiders on their 28-yard line, wearing white today. Latavius Murray off the right side, gets stacked up, and no gain as they ran behind the right tackle, Link, on the first play of the game. Vidal Alexander, the rookie, round 7 out of LSU, will make his first NFL start. He'll be next to Gabe Jackson at right guard, Rodney Hudson at center. The left guard is Kelechi Osemele, the longtime Baltimore Raven, 4 years here, won a Super Bowl his rookie year, and he's very emotionally charged to play this game today with Donald Penn over at left tackle. A gain of only a yard. Raiders go 4 wide receivers. They will play a lot of what's known as 10 personnel today. 1 back, 4 wide receivers. They want to get into their nickel and dime package. Carr in the gun. 3 receivers go left. Michael Crabtree strangled up right. It's a quick throw left, a bubble to Amari Cooper, and a block from Seth Roberts. But the Ravens and C.J. Mosley, their speedy linebacker, track him down in the flat for a gain of only 5. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 4. C.J. Mosley, one of their inside backers, along with Zachary Orr. The outside guys are Albert McClellan and Terrell Suggs, the 6-time Pro Bowl, to the front. Brandon Williams, the nose tackle. Lawrence Guy, one end, and Timmy Jernigan, just a beast, the other. The corner, Sharice Wright, Jimmy Smith. The safeties are Eric Weddle, the former Charger, and Lardarius Webb, the former corner turned safety. 3rd down for the Raiders. 3rd and about 4. Latavius Murray goes in long motion behind the offensive backfield. Carr on the shotgun on 3rd down. Looks to Crabtree, outcut. Well, he threw it too fast. Crabtree, Tom, never got his head around as they went one-on-one there on the coverage of Sharice Wright. And Crabtree got open, but the ball was delivered before Crabtree really got his head around.
Yeah, well, Derek Carr is notably always a little anxious early in the game and a little quick on his deliveries rather than waiting. There was no pressure on him to get rid of that ball quickly.
Raiders go 3 and out. Marquette King into punt to Devin Hester, the greatest punt returner, kick returner the league has ever known. Towering kickoff, or punt, I should say, and Hester will call for a fair catch inside the 20-yard line. 46-yard punt there by Marquette King, and that ball was up about 4.5 seconds. So Devin Hester, was taken 14 punt returns back in his career, 5 kickoffs, and also a missed field goal back for a total of 20 in his career. All he could do was call for a fair catch. So Baltimore will start inside their 20 on their 19-yard line with Joe Flacco, Super Bowl MVP quarterback from Super Bowl 47 in 2012 when they beat the Niners in New Orleans. He is back after a left ACL, MCL tear. So he's not quite mobile. Here's a play action. Flacco back on 1st down. Time, throws middle. Going down to the ground is Mike Wallace to make the catch out across the 35. Up to around the 36. The safety, Reggie Nelson, will cover him up, Tom, after a gain of 17 yards by number 17. And Baltimore's going to jump into the no huddle, something they typically do not do. They did it a little bit last year against the Raiders, but they've watched the tape, and the Raiders were plagued by this by Atlanta 2 weeks ago. Flacco under center. Lone back is West, who will start today over Justin Forsett. He tries the left side of the line, and they push it out a little bit further, but he picks up only a couple. It's Terrence West, the former Cleveland Brown, briefly a Tennessee Titan last year, then a Baltimore Raven. And see if they stay with this no huddle, and they are. They're going to go right back up on the ball with Joe Flacco.
Gimmick front.
Into a no huddle here, Link. They go. Look at they have a lineman out wide right, and they run Terrence West up the middle. That's a Hugh Jackson formation. A flag came in, 2 flags. They may have been an illegal formation there, as they had one of their linemen there, Rick Wagner, the right tackle, go into a bunch formation. Here's Hoculate.
Offense, number 53. 10-yard penalty.
It's on the center, Jeremy Zuda.
Second down.
But Mark Trestman did what Hugh Jackson will often do. He will move one of his tackles, Link, and detach him from the line. He lined him up in a bunch formation. Did he have both tackles? Yes. He had both tackles out wide. He had bunches on each side and only had a 3-man offensive line there.
And what you're trying to do is you're trying to create a matchup difficulty. The Raiders didn't have a linebacker in the box, so number-wise, they won. That's why they went to the running back.
Well, Mark Trestman's not shown that formation before. Now it's second down and long for the Ravens. 2nd and 18, back on their 28. A gun run to Terrence West off the right side. Nicely played by Corey James, who made his first NFL start last week, Tom, at middle linebacker. Shot that quickly, the gap, got outside of him, pushed him back in, and then made the tackle himself on Terrence West.
Yeah, he did a nice job. He reacted to the ball and making a good tackle. Right now, the Baltimore's playing without their starting left tackle. He's on the injured register, so they're playing with James Hurst, who's only a second-year guy at left tackle.
Ronnie Stanley is out there, number 1 pick, number 6 overall, is out with an injury, a foot injury. Raiders bring in DJ Hayden on 3rd down. There's wide open, first down. A flag comes down from the deep Raiders secondary. That is Kamar Aiken, their top catcher a year ago. This may be coming back, though.
Offensive pass interference.
It's against the Ravens. Kamar Aiken got wide open down the middle for a 24-yard gain, but Hocule's crew was going to overturn it.
Number 11.
It's on Aiken himself. Did you see it, Link? He pushed off on the route.
He pushed off and got himself. That's why he was open.
That's probably why he got open so much, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, who did he push off on?
DJ Hayden.
Oh, Hayden, yeah.
Kamar Aiken was their top receiver last year when Steve Smith was down to injury. He just knocked DJ Hayden to the ground is what he did. He didn't push. He just pushed him to the ground. DJ was thrown down, and then he was able to go right by him.
Not very subtle, huh?
Not at all. Aiken's a big guy. They have big receivers. Aiken goes 6'2", 215 pounds. So now it is 3rd down and 28 for Baltimore. They're back on their 18, and they have to get to their 46-yard line. Flacco will set up a screen to the fullback, Kyle Juszczyk, and he gets off 1 tackle, but then Corey James will get him around the thigh pad and drop him about 12 yards shy of the first down. So the penalties conspired to hold him down on that sequence, Tom, but they did have a couple of pass plays, one because of an offensive pass interference, but Wallace got open, and they were able to probe the middle of the Raider defense on that series.
Well, they're a very physical team, too, also. They're getting, their offensive line is physical. Defensively, obviously, we know about them.
There's Sam Cook into punt. It is Jalen Richard who was back to return the kick along with T.J. Carey. He fields it on the left sideline. Did not go out of bounds up the sideline. What a run back by Jalen Richard. That ball looked like it was going to go out of bounds or very close to it, and Richard caught it and took it back 19 yards. Derek Carr under center. 3 receivers out wide left, including Alawale. Short drop. A hitch throw to Amari Cooper. Pick it on Sharice Wright. And one thing about Sharice Wright is he makes the tackle at Amari after a short gain. You can beat him down the field, Tom, but he is a very good tackling cornerback. Of course, we saw him for 4 years in San Diego as a Charger, where he played with Eric Weddle, and a half year in San Francisco. He was inactive for their first 4 games last year. Never fit in with the Niners. They let him go, and he came to Baltimore at the end of last year, then got hurt. But he is a good tackling corner. They tried him there on the tackle, and he dropped Amari after a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7, Truai. Alawale ahead of Murray, and they run it off the left side and does not get much, Link, up to around the 36. That time, Alawale with the lead block coming to the other side of the offensive line, the right side, kind of a bluff step. and then Murray took it over on the left side. He did not follow his fullback that time.
And it almost looked like a purposeful cutback. We'll see. I don't necessarily know this Raven defense is an over-pursuit type of defense, but they do pack a lot of guys in the box, and so we've come to respect Murray's vision. We'll see how it pays off today.
Raiders were 5 for 13, converting on third downs last week in Nashville. Failed on their first third down with a quick throw to Crabtree. This is 3rd and 4. Derrick in the shotgun. Pressured up the middle by Mosley. Throws up the sideline out of bounds. He also got pressured by Elvis Dumerville, Link, who came in there, as we thought, in the nickel at third down. And he actually rushed from the middle of the Baltimore Raven front and chased Derrick out to his left and forced Derrick to throw it away.
Yeah, we used to call that a joker front. What it is your pass rushers are upstanding. There's a lot of guys standing in 2 points, so it's absolutely imperative that the offensive line communicate their responsibilities. Who's got who?
There's Marquette King's second punt of the day. The sun's starting to break out. A high fluttering ball. Hester will let it go over his head. It'll bounce out of bounds. He's so good on the coffin corner, Tom, to get the roll there towards the sideline. That'll be inside the 10 and out on the Baltimore 8-yard line. First time since the Raiders have been in the Charm City, Baltimore, Maryland. The sun is actually broken out. It rained all day yesterday. The Raiders are supposed to have a walkthrough here at M&T Bank Stadium. That got called off, and they actually had the walkthrough in a massive ballroom at the hotel. Sun is out, though. 1st and 10, 8-yard line. Flacco drops back in the end zone. Looks left, chased out by Dan Williams and Darius Latham. Now outside the tackle box, will throw the ball away. A flag is down, though, and the Raider, going to be a hold here in the Raider secondary. The defensive holding on the Raiders.
Yeah, I
21.
think so. Yeah.
Sean Smith.
They were trying to go behind Sean Smith, a little short corner, and I guess you'd be shot and grabbed him.
And Hockley, 25th year as a referee, will give us the numeral here.
Holding, defense number 21, before the pass was thrown. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
You would think, Tom, that Mark Trestman will attack Sean Smith and attack him deep today, where they have great speed. Mike Wallace, one of the fastest wide receivers in football, the former Steeler and Dolphin and Viking, and the young guy Brashard Perriman, they say, may actually be faster. That time Flacco looked like he wanted to go deep. Steve Smith Sr., coming back from the Achilles tear, moves in motion right. Wallace is left. Juszczyk, the fullback, lines up as an offset left fullback. Flacco throws a slant to Wallace. Caught it. Inside cut on Sean Smith. Wallace has gotten a lot better on the short to intermediate route when he was a Steeler. And still at times he's a very sloppy route runner, Tom, but he ran that slant inside for 9 yards. And again, the Ravens and Mark Trestman, their OC, getting into a no huddle.
Yeah, because of his speed, though. Somebody jumped off
on the line before the snap here. I think it's a false start on Baltimore.
Yeah, because of his speed, Wallace, though, gets a lot of cushion, so those
false start offense, number 66. 5-yard penalty. It's second down.
As Ryan Jensen, who was playing over at left guard, even though Alex Lewis, the rookie round 5 from Nebraska, is up with a concussion, he's not playing right now. They're going to rotate those guys around. So as Coach Flores told you, Ronnie Stanley, their left tackle, the rookie, is out with a foot injury. So James Hurst, a point of attack for the Raiders at left tackle. You got Ryan Jensen at left guard, Jeremy Zuda at center. Their best lineman is Marshall Yawn to the right guard, and Rick Wagner at right tackle. Flacco play action to roll out right. Hits the tight end Dennis Pitta, and he gets tackled linked by Carl Joseph, playing down in the box there after a very short gain. Nicely done by Joseph, closing from his safety spot.
One of the plays that have plagued the Raiders early in the season has been that sort of rollout bootleg action with the tight end slipping out, and Carl Joseph played it well to negate the gain right there.
Boy, the Ravens have not shown a no huddle time, but the Raiders just could not deal with it against Atlanta. So Mark Trestman's going no huddle to open the game. Flacco in the gun, 3rd and 4, 4-man pressure. Mack pushes the pocket, a throw, tackled shy. DJ Hayden made the tackle on the receiver, Aiken, who made the catch, and that'll be a punt. So a 3rd and 4, they gained only a yard. DJ Hayden is becoming a really good tackling corner. He had a couple of really impressive tackles last week in Nashville time, and that's a big wide receiver Aiken he got down there after a gain of only a yard.
Yeah, Aiken started like he was going to go across the field on a little slant, but he stopped, pivoted to the outside, and DJ was right there.
Sam Cook, his second punt of the day. Jalen Richard is back by himself. Now Keith McGill will drop back as the Raiders have a short man and a long man. Sam Cook will twirl one, push Richard far to his right, backpedals inside the 20, a block by McGill on the receiver. No, he didn't block Moore at all. He tried to block him. He got back there, and that was his job, to block Chris Moore. It's their first 2 series, only have 12 yards of offense, 1st and 10. DeAndre Washington now is the lone back. And movement on the line. We got a pre-snap penalty here again. It'll be a false start on the Raiders. Ed Hockley.
False start, offense, number 86. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
It's on Lee Smith. Link. The Ravens changed their secondary. Eric Weddle came down there from his safety spot, and Lee Smith moved early.
Yeah, when you have what the Raiders' tendencies is, when the tight ends are in, they're going to predominantly run the ball. So a safety's going to come in the box and give that 8th man look. And, who does it better in the National Football League than Eric Weddle these days?
DeAndre Washington was in. Now he's out. Jalen Richard is in. 1st and 15. Raiders back on their 20. Derek Carr in the shotgun. A slot formation left. Roberts inside of Cooper. And Andre Holmes comes in short motion right. They fake the gun run. They bubble it to Seth Roberts. A block by Amari Cooper. They're going to get him for a hold. Amari held there. Eric Weddle came over to make the tackle. Twice they've tried to have Amari block for the receiver. Last week in Nashville, he missed the block, and this time I think he held out in space. So a false start followed by the hold on Amari Cooper, Tom, and the Raiders are going backwards.
Yeah, either held or he blocked too soon.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Coach.
Yeah, that could be.
I mean, it wasn't long enough for him to be holding.
Yeah, it could be an offensive PI.
Yeah.
Pass interference, offense, number 89. Was blocking downfield before the pass was touched. 10-yard penalty.
That's where the rhythm of the passing game is just slightly off. We saw Derek early in the game throw too quickly to Crabtree on the outcut. And here, Murray's just got to wait till the ball is in the hands of Seth Roberts. He has to count 1 beat, 2 beat before he blocks.
Well, they call that a lot. Remember, they emphasized that in preseason, so they're going to call it. And because a lot of teams have been complaining about that.
Right now, DeAndre Washington's in. So they've gone Washington, Richard, Washington in 3 consecutive plays. DeAndre will move to Derek's left in the gun. 1st and 25. You don't want to be in this situation against this Raven defense. Screen. Washington blocked by Rodney Hudson. He missed the linebacker, Zachary Orr. He just delayed him, Link, as Zachary Orr is fast. They got some fast linebackers. C.J. Mosley was not playing fast his first couple of years. A great middle linebacker, but now so much quicker. Those 2 inside guys are really quick, and Zachary Orr just danced around the block of Rodney Hudson.
Well, you mentioned that timing. It also works in the screen game. When an offensive lineman gets out in front of a running back in the screen game, he's got to make sure that when he goes for that cut block, that running back is right on his hip or right on his heels. That way it works. That time, Rodney Hudson did it so early, Orr was able to recover and make the play.
Now Jalen Richard's in. 4 straight plays. They've alternated the 2 young backs. They give it to the pocket rocket up the middle. Look at him come with his knees up by his chest through the middle of the hole, and he gets tackled by C.J. Mosley, their middle linebacker and defensive play caller. That was his 2nd and 17. He got 6. So now it's 3rd down and 11. Raiders have not picked up a first down yet. They're 0 for 2. And you don't want to be in a 3rd and 11 against this front. So here they come. T. Sizzle, Terrell Suggs will rush over Donald Penn. Elvis Dumerville will rush over the rookie, Link, and they are going to move Clive Walford over his way to give Alexander help against Dumerville. They're all standing up like you said. Who's coming? I count 7 are up. Webb's up. 6 come. Here's Carr back throwing, and it is caught for a first down right at the sticks.
We got a penalty flag in the backfield,
guys. Flag is down on the official took his hat off. What was the call there? It was a holding on Baltimore.
Yeah.
Holding on Baltimore. So the Raiders will decline this and take the yardage to Amari Cooper. A 12-yard pickup on 3rd down at 11. Nice pocket there with all the guys coming.
Pass was thrown, holding defense number 54.
It's on Zachary Orr.
Decline. The play results in a first down.
First down of the day for the Raiders, Tom.
Yeah, trying to hold so somebody else can probably make a move behind him or with him. That's unusual for that to happen, but they're doing that more and more, trying to hold on to those offensive linemen so they can't slide out in their protection.
Gene Peace, the Raven D coordinator, Link. That time he brought 6. 7 were standing up. 6 came. Ladarius Webb bluffed it from the secondary, but he brought a lot of pressure. Latavius Murray now in a run up the middle. Again, not following the lead of the fullback. He goes straight ahead where Olawale was blocking outside. Is that by design, Link, or are they just off the page a little bit?
I think it's actually by design. It looks because he made his cut as soon as he got the ball, so it's almost like a design cutback. What I will say is there wasn't a whole lot of openings there between the in the offensive line to give him a lot of room to make a move anyway.
Raiders go 3 wide receivers now, with Seth Roberts going into the slot. It is Michael Crabtree being watched by Sharice Wright, although they will attack. Jimmy Smith is pressing Amari Cooper, 2nd and 7. Raiders on their 40-yard line. Clive Walford is also up for eligible. Quick throw out, hit Clive Walford underneath, and he's tackled by Gerard Powers, the former Indianapolis Colt cornerback. Also in Arizona the last few years after a short gain. He may be slipping into their nickel. The Raiders want to attack whoever that nickel is today. And now Powers comes off the field. And they're going to bring in Brent Urban, a backup defensive lineman. 3rd down and 1. Derek Carr has hit 5 of his first 7 for 34 yards. Raiders have a heavy set in. Latavius Murray in a true eye behind Jameis Alawale. And they have Lee Smith tight right and Clive Walford tight left. So 1 receiver, Crabtree, 22 personnel, 2 back, 2 tight ends. Typically a run personnel. They give it to the fullback, Alawale, on the belly. He get anything at all there, Link? I don't think he got it.
No.
It's tight. It's tight.
Derek Carr saying they got it. I didn't see much of a push at all, Coach.
No, I didn't see one either. I mean,
they're saying 4th down.
Big bodies. I don't think he made it.
Yeah. Raiders tried to hit him on the blast, the dive, the belly to the fullback. Latavius Murray motioning over to Jack Del Rio to go for it. And it's been a real defensive battle here. You'd probably punt the ball as they're well short. They got to get to the 47-yard line. The ball's on the 46. They're not close. They got to go for it here. The offense not coming off the field, and now Brad Seeley's going to send on Marquette King. Got to punt the ball here, Tom. It's too early in the game.
It's too early in the game. It's a defensive battle right now. They're not doing much. We're not doing much. And nobody's gone deep down the field, so look for that to happen pretty soon on one of these teams.
All right, Tywan Jones inactive today, so the Raiders need a new gunner. Johnny Holton will be the other gunner to Andre Holmes. He lines up far right. Andre Holmes almost out of bounds. Far left, ball's on the left hash. Devin Hester is back. Marquette will end over end this punt, pushing Hester far to his right, and the ball will bounce beautifully. Marquette King has gotten so good. And Johnny Holton is down there to cover it up, the gunner. And a special teamer today for Brad Seeley. Beautifully done by Marquette King. 48-yard punt. Ravens will start on the 5-yard line. And here's Joe Flacco handing off to Terrence West. Nicely played by the 2 rookies, Corey James and Carl Joseph, who became starters last week. Joseph came down to build an 8-man box, Tom.
Yep. And
he came slanting off the edge. And if you don't block Corey James, I should say, the middle linebacker, he will get to the ball carrier and put him down, which he did on that play.
Yeah, and Carl Joseph showed he can too. They had 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, 1 lone back, so that brought Joseph down with no threat of of a wide open passing game, and he came right down the line of scrimmage.
Raiders go to a nickel now. DJ Hayden is in. Here's a blitz for Malcolm Smith and Corey James. Flacco back in the end zone, being chased out by Stacy McGee. He'll throw up the right sideline just to get out of bounds, throw the ball away as he got near the sideline. Joe Flacco is really even more than usual statuesque. He actually moved pretty well when he was younger. But with that torn ACL and MCL, Tom, at his left knee, he's not mobile. And the Raiders came with that cross, Mike, the 2 inside backer blitz, and forced him out. And the Raiders were going for a safety on that play.
Yeah, forced him out, and then had fire in their eyes looking for a safety. But Flacco, in spite of all that injuries, he can still move decently. He ran for a touchdown last week on a keeper. Yeah,
ran out in Jacksonville for a 7-yarder. 3rd down and 9. 4 more in pressure. Flacco throws out, and it's broken up beautifully by DJ Hayden against Dennis Pitta. They want a flag here, but that's textbook coverage, Tom. DJ Hayden is playing kind of a hybrid role the last couple of weeks. Slot corner in a zone. Sometimes he'll pick up safeties. That time he went after Dennis Pitta, who's Flacco's prime-time target on 3rd down. And he just made that difficult to catch. Nice play by Hayden.
Yeah, Pitta's one of the leading receivers, and a mismatch in height, but that didn't stop Hayden.
You know, what he really did well is he kept his right arm free and then grabbed the back of the jersey around the waist, which a lot of refs look for.
Absolutely, you're right. Yeah.
This is the 6th punt of the day by the teams combined. Raiders going for a block. They almost got it. They partially tipped that ball. It came end over end. Richard makes the first guy miss. Gets a block from McDonald. 30. Gets wide, 25 on Zach Orr, 20, 15, 10. Sam Cook, the punter himself, will save the touchdown. The pocket rocket. Jalen Richard with a 48-yard punt return after a 48-yard punt. As the Raiders got pressure on that punt. Looked like the way the ball went end over end, it may have been deflected partially, but it still went 48 yards. But Jalen Richard, Tom, dancing in space up the right side, got across the field to his left, and it was the punter, Sam Cook, who ran him down.
Yeah, and it's because of the pressure that the Raiders got on the punter, it kept the protectors there a little longer, so it disallowed them to get down in coverage.
Raiders take over on the Baltimore 6-yard line. The Buffalo Wild Wings red zone. Buffalo Wild Wings, Wings Beer Sports. Lee Smith goes in long motion to right wing. Derek under center. Going to roll the pocket to the right. Looking end zone. Throw. Caught. Seth Roberts. Touchdown. Raiders. What a tough catch that was by Seth Roberts. He had to dive with his body fully extended out long to the side to make that catch.
And the confidence that Derek Carr has in Seth Roberts and Seth Roberts' ability to get open in the end zone, catch the ball, he's a touchdown maker, I'll tell you.
Yeah, and Webb, the defensive back for the Ravens, played him very physical in that time, and Roberts did a great job of using his hands but not overextending to get an offensive pass interference.
The Raiders like to move the pocket. They did it a lot last week against Nashville. That was a designed quarterback roll, almost a sprint right. So Derek's ball went to the right, and Seth Roberts' time had to get there. He had to jump with his body fully extended. That was a pure hands catch with his body extended. That was maybe the best catch Seth Roberts made in the NFL.
Yeah, Derek does a good job running to his right, and not too bad running to his left, too, but he can throw on the move a lot.
Wasn't much of a drive because Jalen Richard ran that punt back 47 yards to the 6-yard line, so one play and a touchdown throw to Seth Roberts. Devin Hester coming out of the end zone about 8 yards deep, 10, 15, 20, and out across the 25, into the secondary, now 40, and he's all the way to midfield.
Wow.
Boy, Devin Hester, he's so strong. Not only is he fast and long-legged, but he is deceptively strong. He got through that pile, Tom, up the right sideline. He started in the top of A and Ravens in their eastern end zone. He swerved through it, it looked like Andre Holmes was going to have him down. He ran right through the fray there, and then it was finally Janikowski that knocked him out of bounds.
Yeah, and he could be a game changer. This guy doesn't look like he's lost too many steps, although he's lost a step or two, but his awareness and his ability to make cuts and people miss that, and he's a 10-year veteran.
Guys, I wonder if the kickoff team was full because he put it up, his tee up like he was going to take a touchback, and he took the ball out. So I wonder if the kickoff coverage team was fooled and they're thinking he was going to take a knee.
Well, that was a big kickoff return by Devin Hester. Baltimore's average drive start before this series was their 11-yard line. Now they're in Raider territory. Here's an end around to Mike Wallace coming left, chased down by Khalil Mack and DJ Hayden. They like to run that play once a game, Tom, but Mike Wallace just has tremendous straight line speed. They'll give it to him on the jet sweep or the end around where he comes behind the offensive line, which he did that time, and he took the end around from Joe Flacco for a short gain there of only 2 yards. You've got to be leery of his speed.
Yeah, well played by Mack and also DJ Hayden.
2nd and 7. Flacco under center. Max Williams, the young tight end, goes in motion right, and they give it to Buck Allen, jumping in the hole, his first carry of the year. Run back from USC inside the Raider 40, down to around the Raider 39-yard line. Buck Allen, Travaris Buck Allen, inactive their first 3 games. It was a round 4 pick of the Ravens in 2015. He's going to play today. And again, the big news here in Baltimore, Justin Forsett, who was a Pro Bowler and a 1,200-yard rusher a couple of years ago in 2014, inactive today. Baltimore 0 for 3 on 3rd down. 3rd down and 3. DJ Hayden is in. The Raiders go to a nickel. There's Flacco back. 4-man pressure. Throws. Caught. First down. Steve Smith senior away from Sean Smith. All the way inside the Raider 25 and down to the Raider 22-yard line. Well, Steve Smith against Sean Smith. And with his ability, Tom, it changed direction. He's not quite as elusive with a change of direction with the Achilles tear from last year. That's a tough matchup for Sean Smith in space, though.
But he is a tough guy, boy, and competitive.
And he's talker. He's a talker. And he gives the Ravens a first down. When we begin the second quarter, they'll be on the Raider 23-yard line. First play of the second quarter, Joe Flacco sends Buck Allen out left. They go empty set. Flacco back, looking left, throwing. It is caught by Dennis Pitta. Their tight end covered up immediately by the middle linebacker, Corey James, after a gain of 5 yards. The 1 quarter down, it's time for our Geico 15-minute review. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote. In the first quarter, the Ravens slightly outgained the Raiders 72 yards to 54. Not a lot of offense. Baltimore had 3 first downs. The Raiders only had 2. Time of possession was almost split down the middle. Second down for Baltimore. 2nd and 5 on the Raider 18-yard line. First time they're inside the red zone. Bunch formation right. Flacco back. Throws out right. Catch made by Buck Allen. He could have gone middle. He went straight ahead between both Corey James and DJ Hayden. He picked up the first down. So he got what he wanted, Tom. But it looked like if he would have been able to beat James to the middle, he may have gotten a bigger play. But he went straight ahead to split James and Hayden and pick up the first down. Baltimore on the Raiders' 11-yard line.
Well, he took the safe way and the sure way, trying to get the first down. Flacco had to get rid of the ball because he had somebody in his face right away.
Baltimore now huddling. They went to a no huddle throughout the first quarter. They send a slot formation left. Kamar Aiken inside of Mike Wallace. Sean Smith backing up on Wallace. Steve Smith Sr. tight right. They empty out the backfield with Allen going out right. Flacco throws. Catch made by Steve Smith Sr. Tackled by Corey James in the Raiders zone defense. Steve Smith Sr., one of the best small. He's not young. He's 37. He's the oldest receiver in football, but small receivers, Link, it's amazing how tough and physical this guy is at 5 feet 9 inches tall.
What's always impressed me about him is his craftiness, the way he's able to get open. And as you mentioned, lost a couple steps due to injury and age, but he's still very, very viable threat in this team.
Now they go empty again. Terrence West goes out left, 3 are left, 2 are right. Flacco back at a lob, 1 for Aiken. He overthrew him. Tried to go to the corner route, Tom, against David Amerson with the big receiver. That was actually Mike Wallace who he went to there, and he overthrew him. So now it is 3rd down and 4 for the Ravens on the Raider 5-yard line. They're going to bring in Max Williams, a young tight end, 2nd-year tight end from Minnesota, 2nd-round pick in 2015. They take out West. They take out Kamar Aiken. They also bring in the fullback, Kyle Juszczyk. Juszczyk will line up to the right of Flacco in the gun. He loves to go in the flats. 3 receivers are left. Dennis Pitta tight right. Juszczyk goes right flat. Flacco going to throw for the end zone. Jump ball. He overthrew Steve Smith Sr. Incomplete. And the Raiders will hold here. Good coverage there by David Amerson.
Got to hold on the offense.
Flag down.
Hold on the offense.
They'll decline that. It'll be 4th down.
Khalil Mack that time got a great rush, guys.
Holding offense number 74. The penalty is declined. Brings up 4th down.
Now James Hurst, the left tackle, Link, was making the start for Ronnie Stanley, the #1 draft pick, and that was Khalil Mack who forced the hold.
That's exactly right. He got on the inside shoulder of the offensive tackle and just kept pushing, with that great motor and that lower body strength that he had. The tackle at Hurst had nothing he could do but hold him to prevent the sack.
And the guard was sliding over to double him, Tom, but Khalil, with his strength, he just bull rushed James Hurst and pushed him back. The Ravens don't have 11 guys on the field now. In fact, running out late is one of their linemen here. I think it's Hurst who came out late. He's used to playing at left tackle. They're going to use him as a right wing on the kickoff team. They're going to try a short field goal here. For Justin Tucker, who's not missed all year. He's 9 for 9. Morgan Cox will snap. The punter, Sam Cook. High snap. Pulled down by Cook. And Justin Tucker is 10 for 10 on the year. Redskins are leading today over Cleveland. Raiders leading these Ravens 7-3. Here's Tucker's kickoff. It'll push Jalen Richard far right goal line. 10, 15, breaks a tackle. Then he gets popped hard and dropped shy of the 20-yard line. Well, he got hit there by Chris Carter. And he back up outside linebacker hard. But the pocket rocket is tough. Flag is down on the play as well. Looks like it may be against the Ravens.
Yeah, this was after the play. After the play, they
Here's Ed Hockley.
Yeah.
After the play was over, personal foul. Unnecessary roughness by Baltimore, number 87. 15 yards, first down.
That's on their tight end, Max Williams.
Yeah, he knocked Darren Bates down. Darren Bates was just standing there. All of a sudden, he's on his back.
He pushed him down. They were trying to get up off the ground. Bates flopped a little bit, but Max Williams certainly didn't need to do that. That's 15-yard penalty on their 3rd-string tight end. So the Raider drive start will be the 35-yard line. Raiders go 1st and 10. Blown back is Latavius Murray. Alawali lines up as a right wing. Now they empty the backfield. Murray goes out wide right, slot left. Derek audibilizing at the line here. Weddle, the safety, picking up Roberts, the receiver in the slot. Derek now chased out by Timmy Jernigan. Get a flag down. The Raiders held, and Derek throws the ball away. Back in the middle of the field where Latavius Murray was being covered by Terrell Suggs, that Timmy Jernigan link is just a beast.
Yeah, he is. And you know what? He just blasted up through the middle.
Holding, offense number 74. 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Blasted up through the middle. That holding was on Vidal Alexander. He wasn't expecting Derek Carr to scramble outside the pocket, so it was an obvious hold. But you know what? Derek's got to be more mindful. When he audibilizes, he's got to make sure the offensive line gets time to make their calls in order to have the protections right so they don't get thrown off like they did that last play.
Yeah, Vidal Alexander was actually holding Lawrence Guy, their other defensive end, while Jernigan broke free. So it's now 1st and 20. Derek in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers here, and it's a gun run to DeAndre Washington. Not a lot. Across the 25 up to around the 26-yard line. Eric Weddle is there along with their nose tackle, Brandon Williams, along with their inside backer, Zachary Orr. 2nd down and 19. Raiders. Here comes Elvis Dumerville. Into rush off the edge. They take the nose tackle, Brandon Williams, off. Dumerville, their leading sacker the last couple of years, of course, a Denver Bronco. 2009, he had 17 quarterback sacks in Denver. Had that fax fiasco, wound up here in Baltimore. And in 2014, he had 17 quarterback sacks. Where's he coming? He's lining up over the rookie, Alexander. Suggs is over Donald Penn on 2nd and long. Here's Carr now being chased out by Dumerville. Checks it down to DeAndre Washington. Too much pressure. Zachary Orlink makes the tackle. So Dumerville's not going to give him a lot of snaps. We know what he's going to do when he comes in. He's going to come hard to the quarterback, and he got immediate heat there on Derek Carr.
Well, you know what? That time, Vidal Alexander actually had Washington help with a chip. He's got to stop and stand his ground as a tackle, especially against these younger guys. I mean, these other guys like Dumerville or Suggs. They'll rush to the depth of the quarterback, and then they'll try to bull rush you. He's got to be able to stand up to contain the pocket.
Raiders 1 for 4 on 3rd down. Face it, 3rd down and 18. Jalen Richard goes in motion. The backfield's empty. 3 receivers left, 2 right. Carr back, throws. It is juggled and dropped by Jalen Richard. He would not have gotten a whole lot, Tom. He was surrounded by purple jerseys, but you don't want to see the young back dropping the ball there in a simple little circle route out of the backfield.
No, especially like that, when it comes off your shoulder pad and goes up in the air, you hold your breath. That the other colored jersey doesn't come up with it.
That's the kind of play that resulted in Derek's lone interception this year when the ball was popped up in the air in Nashville last week, going to Michael Crabtree, tipped up in the air by the corner McCourty, and was intercepted by Avery Williamson. Marquette King's punt, another towering run. Devin Hester, though, inside the 20. Up the sideline he comes, jumps in the air to jump over Ben Heaney, and he is able to take that back for a decent return. Baltimore Ravens, 1st and 10 on their 27-yard line. Raiders lead 7-3 here early in the 2nd quarter, going in long motion. Rashard Perriman, ghost motion. They give it to Terrence West off the right side. Big hole, 40. Breaks a tackle. Finally pulled down by DJ Hayden after the Ravens' first big running play, gashing the Raiders off the right side. Link for a gain of 21 yards there to Terrence West. Ran right up and through Shalik Calhoun. He got pushed out by the right tackle, Rick Wagner. The edge was not set there by Shalik.
Well, the edge was set, but unfortunately he didn't have any help on the inside. I mean, Shalik actually did a decent job of keeping it inside between the tackles, but there was no help.
Let's run to the left to Terrence West, and he gets stacked up by Justin Ellis. Stacy McGee, also Shalik Calhoun getting into it with Crockett Gilmore. Tormented the Raiders last year. Their tight end, he had 2 catches for touchdowns last year in that shootout. Last year when these 2 teams played, completely different game. It wound up 37-33 Raiders. So far it's just 7-3 Raiders. Raiders have 55 yards of total offense. Baltimore 113 yards. 2nd and 8. Ravens right in their Raven logo at midfield, which was freshly painted this morning. Some concern that area is slippery. There's a bubble screen to Kamar Aiken. Beautifully played by Corey James. He'll knock it back for a loss. Boy, this middle linebacker, Tom, is really active. He read it beautifully. Great instincts on the play. And then if you don't block him, he will come over and knock you down.
Yeah, and that time the T.J. Hayden came on a blitz and created a little confusion in the backfield there. So you had Flacco having to get rid of the ball a little quicker.
You know, last week Corey James came off in the nickel, and they brought in Keith McGill. They're not doing that today. James is playing every down. 3rd down. Here's Flacco looking left, throwing, and it's incomplete. Flag came in. They're going to get a penalty on Malcolm Smith. A pass interference or a hold there, Link, on
It's going to
Dennis
be a
Pitta.
hold. Yeah, it's going to be a hold. He took his left arm and he wrapped it around the waist of Pitta when he was making his cut.
And it's going to be a pass interference here on Malcolm Smith. Here's Ed Hockley.
Pass interference, defense, number 53. The ball is placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
And he was holding him, Link, but the ball was in flight while he was holding him, and that's a pass interference. Jalik Calhoun was in at the beginning of this defensive series. Now Bruce Irvin subs back in. Baltimore 1st and 10 on the Raider 44. Irvin playing at left end over their right tackle. Here's a flea flicker. West back to Flacco off his back foot. He missed Steve Smith Sr. He was wide open. And there's where you see the knee problem for Flacco, Tom. He did not step into that throw at all.
No, he just threw that off of his back foot. Looked like Steve Smith came from the right side all the way over to cross the formation, and he was open.
That's part of the reason he threw it off the back foot, because he was getting pressured by Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
That's a big reason he got hit by Khalil.
I was just about to say that. That's a big reason. Khalil Mack broke through and was on him, and he knew he had to get rid of the ball. He took a hit afterwards, so I know he's feeling it.
But that's the thing. This injury, like Carson Palmer, that first year back, it's tough when you have a left knee injury and you're a right-handed quarterback to step into those throws. That front leg is exposed. The ball goes middle here. Flacco checking it down to the rookie wide receiver Chris Moore out of Cincinnati, tackled by the Raiders rookie safety Carl Joseph. That time, Link, they ran that cross blitz again. The Steeler cross buck blitz with Malcolm Smith leading the way and Corey James coming in right behind it.
And they seem to be getting more and more efficient at doing that cross dog. One thing is that if you can get a back who's not a very good blocker, isolator and linebacker, that advantage defense. But that time, the Ravens picked it up pretty well.
3rd down and 4, Baltimore. On the Raider 38-yard line. Raider 3rd down defense has been outstanding today. Baltimore 1 for 5. Flacco back throws. Dropped! Buck Allen had a first down right at the sticks. The reason he's up today over Justin Forsett, a flag is down, though.
A holding.
Flag is down.
Yeah.
It's a hold on Baltimore, which the Raiders will decline. Buck Allen just flat out dropped that ball.
Yeah, Khalil Mack just made a great inside.
Holding. Offense number 74. 10-yard penalty.
He's eating James Hurst alive, Tom.
Yeah, he just went up the field and came underneath, and that's the reason Flacco had to get rid of that ball in a hurry.
James Hurst, the left tackle of the Ravens, is so worried about Khalil Mack's bull rush move that every time he's about to make contact, he ducks his head. And that time, as Coach mentioned, Khalil made a great inside move. The guard tried to come out and help, but Khalil, with his speed and his tenacity, split the double team and applied pressure on Flacco there.
Hey, 3rd down and 14. The Raiders took the holding penalty.
Yeah.
It would have been 4th down and 4. And Jack Del Rio takes it. So it's 3rd down and 14. Here's Flacco back. Twist with the Raider front. Flacco throws the ball away to the sideline. DJ Hayden, good coverage there with Steve Smith Sr. Tom. You hardly ever see that in pro football. That's a statement that Jack Del Rio is starting to believe in his defense.
Well, it would have been a long field goal, but still a possibility. That's probably what he wanted to make sure there was no attempt for a field goal.
55-yarder would have been the distance on the field goal.
I just want to share with you how Steve Smith Sr. is so crafty. That time, Hayden undercut the route like he was going to try to jump and make a play on it, and Smith cut his legs from under him, pushed him out of the way.
Boy, Sam Cooke will give you all different flights of the football. This one was like a helicopter going sideways. TJ Carey back to secure the ball inside the 10. Raiders offense, just 2 first downs, 4 punts, and 56 total yards. 1st and 10, 20-yard line. Run Latavius Murray wide left. He'll push out for about 4 behind the lead blocking Jameis Zalawale. By the way, the Raiders did release 4-time Pro Bowl fullback Marcel Reese on Monday after his 3-game suspension. So Zalawale is your lead blocking fullback. Raiders go to a no huddle for the first time today. Derek back up on the ball. 2nd and 6 Raiders. They go empty set. 3 receivers right, 2 left, including Latavius Murray. Zalawale is right between a tight end and Cooper. Throw out left. Lee Smith. He got hit. He hurt his knee there. Jimmy Smith hit him from behind. That's a tough tackle. Is Lee okay on the right leg?
No, it looks like he's a little slow to get up.
That hurt.
But again, now he's got to be helped off the
he's
field.
He's limping off the field. It's his right leg as Jimmy Smith went down low to get him, Tom. If he did that to a quarterback, it'd be a flag. A tight end in the flat, they're not going to call anything. That's a tough tackle there by Jimmy Smith, going so low on Lee Smith.
Well, that's a tough thing also for a 1-yard route. Gee, I mean, which, you know how I feel about 1-yard routes.
They do that a lot to Lee Smith.
Yeah.
You got to worry about the severity of this injury, Link, because that does not look good at all.
No, couldn't put any weight on it. But again, you know, so quick to action. You know, Derek Carr runs a 1-yard route. There was no protection. It weren't like they blitzing. I understand why they used the no huddle, because they wanted to keep Dumerville and Suggs off the field, who are now on the field.
You know, with all the injuries to the Raider right tackles today, Michael Rivera is up today, not inactive. He was inactive the first 3 games. The Raiders do have 2 tight ends, Clive Walford and Michael Rivera. 3rd down, 5. Derek in the shotgun. Here comes pressure. Carr steps up, throws. It is caught by Michael Crabtree, who catches everything. 1st down, Raiders. Out across the 40-yard line, he gained 16 yards. This is for the first time today. They really went after Sharice Wright.
Yeah.
And you would think they'd go after Michael Crabtree. They have the best hands in football. The Raiders are right back up on the ball. No huddle again.
I call him the claw.
He has a vice grip. 1st and 10, Carr gun run. Latavius Murray probing the middle, and he pushes out to midfield in the Raven logo look. That was designed to go more on a slant to the left side, but Murray, with his great vision, just kept that towards the right side. Raiders right back up on the ball, playing with tempo here. 2nd and 6 on the 45-yard line. They fake the gun run. Carr throws left flat. Catch by Seth Roberts. Speeds for a Raider 1st down. Boy, is he fast. A straight line, Tom. He knew where the sticks were and just ran on that angle right to the yardage to gain. Out of bounds, 1st down Raiders on the Baltimore 48.
Even though the Ravens substituted on that one, Carr still went on a quick count, and they weren't really set for their rush.
There's one way to slow down their pass rush, Link, and keep their heavy set on, going to a no huddle.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to have their heavy set in the U formation and look for a run here.
Michael Rivera is in, tight right. Clive Walford is in. Rivera's first snap. 22 personnel again. Play action, 2 backs behind. Carr looking left, just 1 receiver out. Short throw, catch by Latavius Murray, left flat. Hit by the linebacker, Albert McClellan, along with C.J. Mosley. And they drop him after a short game. Are they trying to go deep to Amari Cooper there, Tom? He was the only receiver.
Well, Clive Walford was running the seam.
Personnel. Clive had a seam.
Clive had a seam, and it looked like Amari had a corner.
He was looking this way. He was looking at Clive. And he wasn't looking at Amari's side. He was looking at Clive.
Gain 4 on the check down to Murray. Raiders bring in Jalen Richard now, along with Jameis Alawale, and they both go out as receivers. Richard outside the numbers left, outside of Amari Cooper in the slot. Now Alawale goes in motion behind the formation. It is an empty set. Players everywhere. Derek Carr on 2nd down. Throws middle. Catch Amari Cooper. Tackled from behind by Jimmy Smith, but he runs all the way inside the Baltimore 35. They are cooping here in Maryland like they did last week in Nashville. The Raider Nation showing up big to watch the Raiders again, off to a great start this year. That time they isolated Amari Cooper, Tom, against their bus cover guy, Jimmy Smith, and Amari beat him easily for a big gain there. On 2nd down, he picks up 9 yards and a Raider 1st down.
That's hard to do for anybody to cover Amari Cooper. With his speed on a crossing route, he could be a really great cover man, but still, that's a tough one.
Jimmy Smith is not following him. Sharice Wright has now a toss to DeAndre Washington. Breaks a tackle. Smith down the sideline. 10-5. He gets slammed out of bounds to save the touchdown. Touchdown saving tackle there by Lardarius Webb, but DeAndre Washington got down the sideline in a big 28-yard run, setting up a 1st and goal, and the Raiders are right back up on the ball.
Yeah, that got excited. They got excited with the little guy with the ball in his hand. That was a nice job. I think it was Ken that made a great block.
Seth Roberts, Raiders right back up on the ball. Derek Carr got a lot for the end zone for Michael Crabtree's got it! Touchdown! A back of the pylon fade route. And he comes up with the catch, Tom. The claw.
Yep, the claw.
Michael Crabtree. When you put the ball up like that to the back pylon, he's not going to drop it. Just a lob went right up over Sharice Wright as they attack Wright for the first time today for a big play and a Raider touchdown to make it 13 going on 14-3.
Yeah, they were waiting for that one. It was only a matter of time before they were going to take their shot with Wright.
And guys, I'll tell you, that was pure side adjustment by Derek Carr and Michael Crabtree, because the offensive line was actually run blocking. So they had another play called, and Derek Carr decided to improvise.
And they did that out of a no huddle after a big run by DeAndre Washington. This football team is getting ready to be really good. Janikowski makes the point after to make it 14-3. 9-play, 80-yard drive for the Raiders. 4 minutes off the clock. The touchdown from Derek Carr to the claw. Michael Crabtree. Devin Hester's 4 yards deep in the end zone, taking out Seabass's kickoff. Will run right between Alawale and Ben Heaney, but they do kind of sideswipe them each to get them down at around the 17-yard line. And the Raiders are showing up in a big way now, Tom, in all three categories. The first touchdown was set up on the great punt return by Jalen Richard, the 47-yarder down to the 6-yard line. The defense has played well all day, and in that drive, the offense just exploded.
Yeah, well, exploded, and the key to that drive was with them going with the no-huddle offense. That really helped them. 1st and 10, Baltimore on their 16-yard line. The Raiders have a 14-3 lead here. Let's see what Flacco and the Ravens do. They're going to play action. Here's a blitz by Corey James. The ball's grounded. He had nowhere to go, Link. They blitz Corey James again. Bruce Irvin got pressure from the outside, but the linebacker came on the blitz, and Flacco just grounded that ball in the feet of a tight end or a back there to avoid the grounding.
Yeah, it was supposed to go to Allen in a screen, and the great thing about the crosstalk blitz is it actually got to Flacco before he was set to give that screen, or it could have been catastrophic for the Raiders defense.
Yeah, that's right.
The Raiders have been doing that a lot. Last week in Nashville, Tom, this week they are blitzing Corey James. Both run blitzes. By the way, Lee Smith is being carted off the field. And that could be a bad knee injury on that low hit there.
Well, actually, the classify got update, guys. They're classifying it as an ankle, doubtful for return.
That's
ankle.
That's good news, I would think. Better than a knee. Timeout now for the Raiders.
The way he got hit, he didn't get hit right exactly on the knee. He got hit on the high inside of the high hamstring, and I guess that put a lot of pressure on the ankle.
It was a tough tackle there by Jimmy Smith to go so low on him. Timeout called by the Raiders. And it'll stop it with 4:02 to play in this first half. This place is really quiet now. Raiders up 14-3 in Baltimore. Today's presentation of the National Football League is brought to you in part by the National Association of Realtors. Whether you're buying or selling, get every advantage you can. Get Realtor. And the Raiders, there was one time Al Davis was thinking about moving the Raiders to Baltimore before he brought the Raiders back from L.A. to Oakland. And before Art Modell, of all people, moved his Cleveland Browns here to Baltimore for the 96 year. Flacco back, throws out left, catch made by Steve Smith. Cannot run away from Malcolm Smith, who just ran him down, showing the speed there at linebacker. And Steve Smith Sr. just not the same player after tearing his right Achilles last year. And he's also 37 years of age.
Yeah, but I'll tell you one thing, his heart is still good, and he is a tough guy. He plays with a chip on his shoulder all the time.
His heart is still strong, Link, and so is his mouth.
Well, that's true, but you know what? Look at the way he plays. You would love to have somebody like that on your team.
He is tough. Yeah, he is a yapper. 3rd down and 7. The Ravens on their 19. Steve Smith Sr. goes in motion, watched by DJ Hayden in the slot. Flacco in the gun. Juszczyk to his left. Here comes pressure up the middle. Flacco up the left sideline going for Mike Wallace. Broken out by Sean Smith. Running with one of the fastest wide receivers in pro football, Tom. Look at the Raiders sideline explode as Sean Smith, victimized by the deep ball and the vertical speed, that time ran with Mike Wallace and knocked it away. He also had help from the rookie Carl Joseph over the top, but that was all Sean Smith.
But I'll tell you, how good it makes them feel, everybody, because at some point they're going to pick on you.
Raiders have 2 return men back, Richard and Carey. Carey will take a 25, 30, 35, 40. Another good punt return. Earlier it was Jalen Richard with a 47-yarder. Now T.J. Carey able to take that one back 18 yards after a 56-yard punt by Sam Cook. The Raiders, Brad Seeley is a smart special teams coordinator. He's been around this league for a quarter century, Tom. Because Sam Cook puts so many different spins on the football, it's difficult to run from one side or the middle to catch his ball the way it's spinning. So he's got, often today, he's had dual return men to just cut the field in half. Raiders go 3 wide receivers now. Seth Roberts goes in the slot. Latavius Murray's the lone back. 1st and 10 Raiders on their 43-yard line, up 14-3. Carr fakes the gun run to Murray, throws short. Crabtree tackled from behind by Lardarius Webb, who has made the conversion this year from corner to free safety. We have under 3 minutes to go in the half. Ravens have 3 timeouts left, and the Raiders have 2. Remember, Baltimore won the toss and they deferred, so they will get the ball to start the second half. Raiders are huddling now. Raiders bring in DeAndre Washington And they also bring in Michael Rivera at tight end. Again, Lee Smith being carted off the field with an ankle injury, so Rivera up today. He and Clive Walford, both tight ends, are tight right. Derek pointing over left. It's a double press on the left slot in the inside Crabtree. They're going to run wide to DeAndre Washington behind Gabe Jackson. The link, not much of a block there by Gabe. He got pushed back. And virtually no gain there.
Well, Clive Walford was the initial one that got pushed back. He wasn't able to seal the end. And so it's very difficult against this Baltimore Raven front, especially with their big ends and their big outside linebackers, to seal the end. That time, Clive got no push on their front.
They are going to hit the 2-minute warning here. Raiders have 3 wide receivers in the game. And they have Latavius Murray, and they have Michael Rivera. Baltimore's going to double press the slot here, so you can run a rub route. Seth Roberts, their slot guy, is up along with Jimmy Smith. Derek Carr was able to victimize Nashville Titans last week for playing loose in the slot and backing up. We'll see if he goes that way. Derek Carr on 3rd down and 6. Looking left. Carr now going to come back right middle. Now going to be chased out. He can run for it, but he will go head first. Did he get enough for the first down?
Yes.
Hockley will spot it.
The flag
holding. Is down.
They're calling holding. It's a bad call.
Flag on the Raiders. Here's Hockley.
Yeah.
Let's see if he got the first down first of all, which would force them to take the hold, which would get you 3rd down over again. Where's the spot of the ball?
Holding. Offense number 74. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
I guess the Raiders got the first down with Derek. Boy, Derek is tough, Tom. He vaulted over in New Orleans the first game of the year. You don't want him to go head first like that.
You sure don't, yeah.
That's the Raiders' 6th penalty, so he did pick up the first down. Alexander was called for the hold link against Elvis Dumerville.
It was not a hold. Dumerville was pressing with the bull rush, and he decided, and when Carr pressed the pocket, it was not a hold. It was a bad call.
Raiders' 6th penalty of the game. They lead the NFL in penalties now with 37 on the year. Derek in the shotgun, 3rd down and 16. Low snap. Here's a draw to the pocket rocket. Jalen Richard breaks 1 tackle, but not Eric Weddles. Actually, he was able to fight through Weddles and pick up a couple of more yards before he was eventually dropped by the former San Diego Charger. Richard is mad that Weddle tackled him. He wanted to go the whole way there as the Raiders went conservative, Tom, with the draw. And now John Harbaugh, the Ravens head coach, will use one of his remaining timeouts. He has 2 left now to stop the clock with 1:43 to go in the half. So this final 103 seconds is going to be huge. Remember, Baltimore won the toss. They deferred. They will get the ball to start the second half.
Sure
so
will.
This is what coach, that's why you defer. You want to have the last possession before the half and the first possession of the second half. And Baltimore needs it to flip momentum in the game because the Raiders, Tom, have controlled this game with their defense and their special teams.
Yes, they have. They've controlled it all the way. So Baltimore needs some kind of momentum to go here. And the Raiders certainly don't want to give them any going into the locker room.
Marquette King has just had a magnificent day punting. 4 punts, averaging over 51 yards a punt with hardly any return. Devin Hester, and the older guys are now going by Devin Hester Sr., Steve Smith Sr., now that they're daddies. And he is senior. He's a veteran and a tremendous punt returner. He has 14 punt returns for scores in his career. Not quite the player he used to be when he was a Bear, but the Raiders have completely taken him out of the game with Marquette King not only punting for great distance, but also angling. Andre Holmes, the gunner, being doubled way outside right. Marquette King will end over end this punt. Aussie rules, rugby style. Hester already calling for a fair catch as the Raiders have him surrounded. Holmes on one side, Johnny Holton, the gunner, on the other side. Darren Bates in the middle. That's just textbook. 43-yard punt. It was up 4.5 seconds, no return. And you got gunners on both sides and the guy down the middle. You can't play it any better than that. That's one thing Jack Del Rio, Tom, was talking about. Offense has been good all year, the first 3 weeks. The defense got good last week. The special teams has not been that special, but today they have been. They've been great.
Well, today they have to be because of that Hester guy.
1:37 to go. Baltimore will start on their 12. Flacco, great throwing arm deep, throws left, caught, broke it up. Sean Smith drove on the route and knocked the ball away from Rashard Perriman. What a play by Sean Smith. Linked back-to-back plays They went down the sideline, big ball to Mike Wallace. Now they run a slant to the speedy Perriman, who caught the ball, but then Smith got in there and pulled that ball out.
You know, really impressed with Smith's resilience over the last couple of weeks. Teams have been trying him, and he's so far stood up to the test, unlike that first week.
2nd and 10. Flacco back, pressured by Autry, throws, catch made by Steve Smith Sr., run down. DJ Hayden, who's become a tremendous tackling corner, along with David Amerson. Harbaugh's not going to call timeout here. He has to see if they convert on 3rd down before he gives the ball back to the Raiders, Tom.
Yeah, that's right, because if he threw here, if it goes incomplete here, the Raiders have a chance to get this ball back.
3rd and 7, Flacco back, time, throws left, it's caught. 1st down, Perriman. That time he beat Sean Smith on the in cut for a gain of 15. Now we'll see if Harbaugh calls timeout. He will, with 1:02 to go in the half. He had to convert on 3rd down before he used that 2nd timeout, so one more timeout remaining. Remember, they do have Justin Tucker. We'd like to think Sebastian Janikowski is one of the best in the history of pro football, and he is. But Tucker, there's not too many better than this guy. He's the 2nd most accurate kicker in the history of the league. He makes 89% of his field goals. He's not missed all year. He's 10 for 10, and he has made he made a 61-yarder to win a game. It was in the Dome in Detroit, Ford Field. But he has a very strong leg.
Yeah, he won the kick he made last week at the end of the game was the game winner.
53-yarder in Jacksonville. 1st and 10 on the 30. Flacco back, throws right, caught by Perriman, tackled by Amerson. You can hear the plastic splattering on the tackle. Amerson also tackled him in the field of play, so the clock will run. Baltimore wants to save that last timeout. Well, they're not going that fast now. Flacco just does not move like he used to. Remember when he caught that wheel route out of the backfield? He caught about a 30-yard catch against the Raiders off his back foot. He throws to Juszczyk, runs by Corey James, all the way into Raider territory. Finally dropped on the Raider 45, and now Harbaugh will use his last timeout. Interestingly, that's his last one, right? He does not save a timeout. He will use it with 37 seconds to go. Typically, you like to save that. They have one left. No, he's gone. They're gone. He has no more left. He used 3.
No more, yeah.
Typically, you want to save it. I don't know if Flacco is capable of running up and spiking the ball with that bad left knee. It's like he's dragging that leg around. So Harbaugh uses the timeout, and now if they get sacked or it takes the middle of the field away time, typically as a coach, you like to save the last one for those kind of scenarios here.
And he's not getting a lot of time because the last couple of downs, Khalil Mack has been right on him on both passes.
And he's picking on the left tackle, James Hurst. Hurst is the guy that rolled up into Flacco last year, which caused his left ACL and MCL to tear. Flacco back, throws middle, wide open. Steve Smith Sr. He'll spin off a tackle, be dropped on the 24, but they don't have any more timeouts left. They'll get up and spike the ball now. 20-yard gain to the veteran Steve Smith Sr. Clock at 20. Flacco's got them lined up. They're all set. He'll spike it and stop the clock with 18 seconds to go. So now the Ravens are into field goal range easily here. It would be they're on the 25, so a 43-yard field goal. You add 18 yards to the line of scrimmage. So that's easily in Tucker's range, and now they will take a few shots for the end zone. But by not saving that last timeout, if the Raiders can sack Flacco, it would possibly have them run out of time here.
Well, certainly you want them not to score, the touchdown, but you want to be more guarded, not to give up the touchdown. You'll concede 3 if you have to.
3 receivers, 4 receivers, including the tight end Pitta. Wallace one-on-one left against Sean Smith. Flacco lobs for the end zone, and he overthrew it. Was almost intercepted by Carl Joseph, the rookie. He was going for the rookie receiver, Chris Moore, on a vertical route time.
Yeah, right down the seam. They had 2 guys, one running an up route on the outside and then a seam route, and Joseph played it very well. And Joseph got his hands on the ball.
And Joseph saved it because DJ Hayden slightly stumbled out of his break there. Just giving Moore a lot of space. Keith McGill now comes in. The Raiders are going to play with several safeties on the field as they bring in McGill.
Well, now you have to be careful.
Reggie Nelson and Corey Joseph.
Yeah. You only got 12 seconds left. You have to be careful where you place the ball with no time.
He's got to go to the end zone for Flacco now. Here comes Bruce Irvin. Flacco going to lob one for these. Throws the ball away. There was nobody there. And now there's 8 seconds to go.
Didn't make sense.
And they're going to kick the field goal.
That pass didn't make sense.
He just got rid of it so fast. Yeah. Joe Flacco is just not healthy. He's just not healthy. He tore up that left knee in week 11. So it's not anything close to a year. You can see him as the pocket collapses around him, Link. He does not step into any throws.
Well, he's not feeling confident about his offensive line. Both Irvin and Mack on that last drive got plenty of pressure up his face and his backside. So I know he's not feeling comfortable back there in the pocket.
Well, the left tackle is James Hurst. He doesn't typically play. The left guard is Ryan Jensen. Doesn't typically play. Their whole left side is different. Here's Tucker with a 43-yard field goal. This guy hardly ever misses, and he is perfect on the year now, 11 for 11 and 2 for 2 today. So the Raiders have 2 touchdowns. The Ravens have 2 field goals, and there's 3 seconds still to go in the half, so Baltimore will have to mortar kick this or sky it before the end of the half. Well, you can see it on tape, Tom, that Flacco's not the same guy, but watching him today, I don't know if it's the rainy weather or as Link is talking about, mainly Khalil Mack and Bruce Irvin, and the left side of his line is ravaged by injury, but he is not stepping into any of his throws at all today.
Well, he's got to be a little leery because of the lack of experience on the left side of the offensive line, for one, and also with knowing that Mack is what Mack is, and he's taken some hits today. He's been on his back quite a bit.
Yeah, Khalil Mack, Link, they were all over Khalil for not being impactful the first 3 games of the year. I mean, he forces the double team every play, so he's impacting every play. Today, he does not have a sack yet, but he has put constant pressure on Joe Flacco all day today. And Flacco's just not feeling confident to step in. When it's a left knee injury, your front knee like that, he will not step into a throw. There's the kickoff. Tucker's just going to bury this. He'll put it right through the uprights.
Yeah, why not?
Nickel wide left, or was it through? It'll be a touchback for Justin Tucker. When he wants to do that, he can do it every time. Last year, he kicked off 73 times, had 63 touchbacks. So there's still 3 seconds to go. The clock does not start until the receiving team touches the ball, and the Raiders never touched it. So just kneel down here.
Yeah, just kneel down, go in.
Got to be happy with the performance of the Raider defense. Derek Carr will take a knee, a version of the victory play here. Takes a left knee, and that'll be the half. Threw a couple of touchdown passes, one to Seth Roberts, a beautiful one to Michael Crabtree. Nice run by DeAndre Washington, set up Crabtree's. The special teams play was incredible. Marquette King was a monster in the first half, and the defense, Tom, boy, the last 6 quarters have been a remarkably different set of Raider defenders than the first 8 quarters we saw.
Yeah, they've accepted all challenges and accepted them well and played well.
Here's the kickoff from Janikowski. It'll be from west to east here at M&T Bank Stadium. It'll be a low line drive bouncer, big hop to Hester on the goal line. 10, 15, 20. They're holding McDonald. Hester fumbled the ball, but he got back on the ball. T.J. Carey pulled the ball out there, and it was hopping on the ground free. And then Devin Hester was able to get off the tackle and make the fumble recovery. But they were blatantly holding the Raider corner, Tom Dexter McDonald, who, by the way, is active for the first time today. He got held on that kickoff coverage.
Wow.
No flag. Ball was pulled out of there by T.J. Carey. And Devin Hester just landed right back on the ball. 1st and 10, Baltimore on their 24. Flacco wide run to Terrence West. Going to cut back in the hole. And he gets tackled from the backside by Bruce Irvin. Irvin and Mack all over today, all over the field today, not only playing the run as far as setting the edge, but that time Bruce from the backside chased down the cutback lane there.
Yeah, I was really surprised that he got any positive yards. It looked like the Raiders did a good job of piling it up and closing down the lanes, but give a credit to the Ravens for picking up some yards, but mostly give a credit to the Raiders D for being resilient.
Terrence West in the first half, 5 carries, 26 yards. He got only a yard on that carry. And here's a play action off a gun run. Flacco throws a slant, caught by Mike Wallace, gets off the hit of Reggie Nelson to pick up the first down. As you mentioned, Tom, his speed. Mike Wallace, one of the fastest straight line runners in football with the go routes, the post routes. You have to play off of him a little bit. It gives him the cut on the in-cut there on the slant, and he was able to pick up 11 yards.
Yeah, they picked up 11 yards. The Raiders were a little disjointed there on the snap of the ball with the defensive line moving at the last minute.
Raiders lead 14-6. 1st and 10, Baltimore. First series, second half. Gun run. Terrence West straight ahead. Crosses the 40. Up to around the 42-yard line. Tackle made by Malcolm Smith and Corey James. James had 8 first half tackles. They throw a flag at the end of that play. I don't see one that came in. They were lobbying for it. There was some post-play pushing and shoving. This is the Raiders and Ravens, linked, 2 of the more physical teams in football. but no flag came in late. 2nd and 5. Baltimore did show a no huddle in the first half. They're not using it now. They take out Terrence West and bring in Buck Allen, their other back. Again, Justin Forsett inactive today. Raiders go to a nickel defense. DJ Hayden comes in on 2nd and 5. Baltimore on their 42. Flacco, right flat, check down to Buck Allen. Nice block there by the big receiver, Perriman, and Allen goes right by that all the way to midfield. They're using Buck Allen, Tom. It's quite obvious they want to use him as a pass catcher out of the backfield. That's why Forsett was deactivated today. It was not good getting anything after the catch. And Buck Allen now, that's the 3rd time they've targeted him today, and the 2nd time he's made a catch.
Yeah, he made the catch, and then he's got a big body. He weighs over 220, so he can run with the ball and pick up the extra yardage, and that's what they depend on.
He comes out. Terrence West comes back in. Max Williams, their 3rd tight end, goes in motion. Right, stretch run to West, a cut back middle. Stayed play side, breaks a tackle, and twist all the way to a Baltimore first down. A flag is down, though.
Should be holding on the Ravens.
There's Ed Hockley.
Holding, offense number 53.
It's on the center.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
Jeremy Zuda.
Well, here's the thing.
Tampa Bay Buccaneer, now 3rd-year Raven, Link.
Here's the thing. That time he got, Zuda got up on Corey James, linebacker, and did hold him as he took down. But these are more attitude runs the Ravens are trying to have. Their offensive linemen want to get in the face of the defenders, the defense, and push them around before and after the play.
Boy, Zuda just pancaked Corey James there. And that's the one thing we said about Corey, Tom. If you keep him clean, he will make a lot of tackles. He had 8 in the first half. 6 were solo. But he sometimes has trouble. He's a light guy at 2 1/4 getting off those blocks. Here's a bubble screen to Perriman. Well played by the Raiders, David Amerson. He just threw away the blocks of Max Williams, the tight end there, and made the tackle on Perriman. Amerson, not only does he cover well, but he's so long, and he is just a good open field tackler. Good player.
Yeah, he's good strong. He's strong. He's a good strong guy. Good height, good weight, and plays strong.
It gained nothing, so it's 2nd and 15 now for Baltimore on their 45-yard line. 11.5 to play, 3rd quarter. Raiders lead 14-6. Raiders bring in Jihad Ward and Danico Autry to rush over guards now in the nickel. Play action by Flacco, Urban, and Mack from outside. Flacco being flushed out. He has nowhere to go. He'll throw the ball away. How did he avoid that tackle? Well, he's not moving well at all. He's so slow and lumbering, but he was able to run away from it and just got out wide enough, Tom, to avoid the grounding, wide enough of the tackle box, and he got his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage enough to get the ball beyond the line of scrimmage to avoid the sack of Autry and the grounding.
Yeah, and the grounding. Yeah, that was really well done. I think that was Jihad Ward.
Jihad Ward and Danico Autry both came in. It was Autry that chased him down.
There were two guys on Mack that time.
Well, now when in the nickel, the Raiders are rushing Autry and Ward inside over guards. Urban and Mack outside. 4-man pressure. Flacco on 3rd down, throws the left to punt the ball. Juszczyk, the fullback, makes the tackle right at midfield. Again, Corey James, who's a tackling machine today, will make the tackle, and they'll have to bring in Sam Cook and punt the ball away. And the Raider defense.
Great downfield coverage that time, guys.
Well, they're playing well.
Well done. Flacco doesn't have much, the coverage has been pretty good downfield, Link. You're right, and he doesn't have a lot of choices, and he has to get rid of the ball quickly.
There's Sam Cook to punt end over end. T.J. Carey back. Will call for a fair catch. Kamar Aiken touched him, and a flag will come in.
Absolutely.
It's a fair catch interference there on their gunner. Kamar Aiken, who touched T.J. Carey as he put the hand up for the fair catch. You cannot touch him. Well, that'll give the Raiders additional yardage here. The drive start will not be inside their 10-yard line. As Ed Hockley talks to his crew. Ed Hockley now in his 27th year as an official, his 25th year as a referee and a trial attorney during the week.
Fair catch interference. Number 11. 15-yard penalty.
15-yard penalty.
Whoa, that's a biggie.
That's a big penalty on Kamar Aiken. The Raiders will not have to begin this drive inside their 10. Raiders played against them in the very first game ever, September the 1st of '96, when they were the Ravens, and the Ravens beat them. But the Raiders have never won in Baltimore against the Ravens. 1st and 10, 23-yard line. Raiders go empty set now. Murray goes out wide right. Derek Carr in the gun. Looks upfield, throws. Wide open. Clive Walford dropped the ball again. Oh, I just ran an in cut there, Tom. He dropped one last week in Nashville.
Wide open.
Got to catch that ball.
Wide open.
Nobody anywhere around him, and Derek purposely threw it low where he would go to the ground to make the catch, and he just lost the ball going to the ground.
Yeah, he's got to make those catches. I mean, that's inexcusable.
Lee Smith left with an ankle injury. If there's one area of this football team they really need to upgrade, it's the tight ends. They're just not getting great production from the tight ends. The whole league has gone tight end crazy. 1st and 10, Raiders have double tights now as Carr drops. He's looking for a seam route to Michael Crabtree, and he overthrew him. Went up that right sideline, Tom, against Sharice Wright. Michael was never quite open, but he's one of those guys, when he's not open, you throw it anyway. Well, he'll just go up and win a 50-50 ball, but Derek so badly overthrew him, he had no chance.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to lay it just over the linebackers and the short coverage and let him go up in the air for it, which he does so well. But that time he was not even, should have gone elsewhere.
3rd down and 10, Raiders after 2 incompletes. Raiders have Seth Roberts in the game now. They have a slot formation left. Roberts inside of Crabtree. Amari Cooper one-on-one against Sharice Wright on the right. Here comes a blitz from Weddle. A flag goes down. This play's not going to happen. It's a free snap penalty here. False start on the Raiders.
I would think so, yes.
Eric Weddle was showing blitz from the Raider
false start
left.
offense, number 74.
San Vidal Alexander again, like second time he's false started. Overall, how is he doing today, the right tackle?
Not bad. I mean, they are giving him some help, which is good. They're at least putting a tight end over to show like they're going to chip, which has deterred a lot of the speed rushes. But that time, Elvis Dumerville knew it was a passing situation, had his ears tight back, and was coming. And that's why Vidal jumped out of there pretty early.
And there was no chip coming his way that time, and he just kind of flinched before, and Dumerville went screaming around him. He may have to give him help here. Now he squares up. Dumerville left flat, a screen to Jalen Richard. He is swarmed under by purple jerseys. Purple rain all over Jalen Richard. The Raiders must punt. And Walford dropped the first one. You just cannot get into 2nd and 3rd and long against this team.
No, that's where they're the strongest. They got a good pass rush, solid coverage, and very aggressive when they're tackling.
That time Alexander was able to meet him with a full body as Dumerville didn't use his edge, quickness, speed link. He tried to bull rush him, and that plays to Alexander's strength more.
Without a doubt. And I think also Dumerville recognized the screen.
He almost blocked the punt. They came right in the middle. Baltimore's blocked so many kicks and punts. Here's Devin Hester back on the 15-20, and he's dropped by Keith McGill and the 2 gunners, Andre Holmes and Johnny Holton, shy of the 30-yard line. 62-yard punt. They'll begin this series on their 28. Dennis Pitta, their tight end, moves in motion right. Flacco play action. Autry busts through, chases him out right, and he throws the ball away. Again, Danico Autry link just busting through in the middle of the Raider front, virtually unblocked. And he chased Flacco out to his right. Flacco did all he could do. Missed a swim move right over the left guard there, Ryan Jensen. Flacco did all he could do to avoid the intentional grounding and the sack again.
And it was absolutely beautiful. It was a beautiful swim move, so smooth. Danico Autry, at the moment that Flacco tried to fake that handoff to look down the field, Danico was on his heels.
Well, he's playing well today, Tom, giving you a good pass rush inside over a guard. He and Darius Latham both over guards. Shalik Calhoun and Khalil Mack. They're going to run a gun pitch out wide right to Terrence West. Breaks a tackle and runs for the first down. It's about 12. Out to the 40-yard line. They do that a lot where they'll put the quarterback in the gun, a back to his side, and they'll pitch it to the back to get wide on the edge. You typically do not see that kind of running action, but Mark Trestman will do it a lot. And they were able to block Khalil Mack and Darius Latham and Malcolm Smith and just take it right down the right lane there for 12.
Yeah, and he actually came inside of Khalil Mack on that one, and his power ran inside for the extra 5 or 6, 7 yards.
1st and 10, Baltimore on their 40-yard line. Flacco in the gun, 3 receivers left. Gun run again to Terrence West. Stays patient in the hole. Now exploits middle into Raider territory. Fumbled the ball at the end of the run. It's free. The Raiders have it on the Raider 44-yard line. Our first turnover of the day, possibly. Terrence West fumbled the ball. Who's got it? Raiders acting like they got it, but Baltimore got it back.
Wow.
Hockley gives the ball to the Ravens. I think Jeremy Zuda, the center, got it back. Link, you thought the Raiders had it, didn't you?
It looked like the Raiders fell on it. They must have lost it at the bottom of the pile because I could have sworn I saw white shirts fall on top of that football.
Joseph flipped over. Corey James then knocked the ball away. Carl Joseph hit him. Corey James punched it out. It was free to the ground. Well, those two rookies are playing great. It was Corey James that hit him from behind after Joseph spilled him. Looked like Malcolm Smith had the ball time. And then that oblong ball just rolled the wrong way. 16-yard run. The Ravens starting to gash the Raiders in the run game. Here they fake the run left. They roll Flacco. Now a throwback left. Catch made by Buck Allen. A flag is down in the Raiders secondary. They hold there.
Not good.
Hold on the Raiders.
Yes,
Sean Smith may have held Mike Wallace. It's going to be a penalty on the Raiders. Probably a holding. Here's Ed Hockley, our referee today.
Before the pass was thrown, holding defense number 21. It's a 5-yard penalty enforced from the previous spot.
He's going to have to play him physically, Tom,
automatic
because
first down.
One thing they've not done, they tried Steve Smith Sr. on Sean Smith. They've just not lined up Mike Wallace yet and let him run a 9 route right at Sean Smith yet.
No, they haven't. They haven't. You think they would have by now, but so far he's done pretty well, held his own.
Sometimes you got to hold to avoid that. Now Mike Wallace, where does he go? He goes inside. 3 receivers that way. It's a gun run again. Coming left. Terrence West so patient. Now pecks forward. They're starting to run on the Raiders, Link. Inside the Raider 35 to the 34-yard line. Third quarter last week in Nashville, and partly because it was so hot, the Raiders began to lose their running defensive lanes. It's starting to happen here again. Late second quarter now into the third quarter. The Ravens are starting to run the ball.
You're right, Papa. That's exactly what I was thinking. It's just starting. You see more and more arm tackles, less and less form getting up. The Raiders got to find a way to pick it up and not keep the Ravens out of the end zone.
And this has not been a very good running team, the Ravens. Flacco in the gun, 2nd and 5. Carl Joseph shows a blitz. Flacco looks right. Middle, no pressure. Throws. Catch made by Crockett Gilmore. And he dives out for a first down. Carl Joseph had him. Shy of the yard to gain for a first down time, but Gilmore is so much bigger than Carl Joseph. He goes 6'6", 260. He just took Carl and just jumped the last 2 yards to pick up the first down.
Yeah, they're working out of the shotgun a little bit more. They're also running out of the shotgun a little bit more, and that's where the Raiders have been hurt in the past, the shotgun runs.
1st and 10, Baltimore. This drive started on the Raven 28. Now they're on the Raider 28. Flacco in the gun, big and tall at 6'6", Super Bowl MVP, a Super Bowl 47. That same gun run toss action. Big hit there by Khalil Mack, Link. He came slanting down from his right end over the left tackle. As they again run, you don't see the teams run that action much out of the shotgun. Yeah. Well, they'll toss it to the back, because usually you run a gun run back the other way. This is one way to run it wide to the backside to pitch it to him.
But this run, I think, is designed to go inside. You pitch it out, then he goes straight up the field.
Yeah, that's right, Coach. It's one of those free-flowing plays where the offensive line is trying to push him to the sideline, push your guys to the sideline, and create a direct cutback lane.
You just don't see a pitch often out of a shotgun. 2nd and 8, Baltimore on the Raider 26. Steve Smith Sr. goes in motion left. Flacco a straight deep drop, 7 steps, chased out by McGee, throws middle, caught by Crockett Gilmore. First down, Baltimore inside the Raider 20-yard line, 10 yards by Flacco. He's just not able to move, Tom, but he was able to run away from it long enough, somehow get his shoulders square to the line enough to make a difficult throwback middle to Crockett Gilmore.
Yeah, and then he's hurting the Raiders where the Raiders have been hurt before. The tight ends down in the hook area, the seam area. They have hurt the Raiders in all 3 previous games.
Raiders take out Khalil Mack and DJ Hayden. They bring in Dan Williams now. Quick snap to Buck Allen. Back up, running back, and he'll push the pile inside the Raider 15, close to the 12-yard line. They haven't run Javarius Buck Allen, the former USC Trojan, much. His 2nd carry of the day. He's been used mainly as a pass catcher, but now they're inside the Raider 15 on the 11-yard line. The Ravens have reached the Buffalo Wild Wings red zone. Buffalo Wild Wings has crafted your ultimate football fantasy for game day. It's kickoff, so head to Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Also, Malcolm Smith comes off the field. Dan Heaney came out of the timeout's been called by the Raiders. Malcolm, okay, Link?
It's hard to say. I didn't see what happened to him.
9th play of the Baltimore drive. 2nd and 5 on the Raider 11. Raiders lead 14-6. Flacco under center. Gets up to motion. He has a bunch formation right. Toss sweep. Terrence West gets a block. Inside the 5. Takes it down to the goal line. It'll be 1st and goal to go. Baltimore on the Raider 2-yard line.
Well, that was a gimme, really. That was the gimme. They lined up in 3 three guys on the right side, and none of them were outflanked at all.
No, you're right about that, Coach. It was a soft corner, and it was really easy for them to run that tall sweep out there. Had some big guys up in front, but you know what? The Raiders just got outflanked, pure and simple.
Khalil Mack, who did leave earlier in the defensive series, back in. Malcolm Smith is not, though. Heaney is playing in the middle with Corey James. Raiders going to the goal line, short yardage defense. Dan Williams in, along with Danico Autry, Khalil Mack, and Bruce Irvin.
Ravens called a timeout
on the outside, and now the Ravens take way too long, Link, so they're going to burn a timeout here as they face a 1st and goal on the Raider 2-yard line. This game feels a lot like last week's game in Nashville. Raiders controlled the first half last Sunday against Tennessee, led 17-3 at halftime, wound up holding on, lost control of the game in the 3rd quarter. Tennessee had a long touchdown drive to make it 17-10. The Raiders were able to hang on. This game, Baltimore got the late field goal before half to make it 14-6, Tom. So it's not a 2-score game, it's a 1-score game. We'll see if Harbaugh goes for 2 here. Now, these are not the Tennessee Titans of Marcus Mariota. This is Joe Flacco, a Super Bowl MVP, and a team that perennially not only goes to the playoffs, they win road playoff games. This is a good team. And you got to finish them off here, but the Raiders have lost momentum in this quarter. They're going to sub out their whole defense now. Shalik Calhoun, David Amerson, Carl Joseph all leave. They bring in Justin Ellis along with Dan Williams, Darius Latham. They're bringing the big boys in.
Look who they have at fullback.
Who is that? That's a lineman. They have a big lineman in the offensive backfield. It's Pierce, the rookie nose tackle. They give it to West behind him. They lined up as a lead blocking fullback, Michael Pierce, the rookie free agent nose tackle from Sanford, who goes 340 pounds. And they didn't use Juszczyk, who's a very good lead blocker. They went to the big boy there on the goal line, and the Raiders stuffed that run. No gain. 2nd and goal, 2-yard line. Raiders take out Justin Ellis, Darius Latham. Darren Bates was also in, Link. No Malcolm Smith. He's still not back in.
Still not back in.
2nd and goal, 2-yard line. They bring in Juszczyk, the usual fullback now. Play action. Flacco rolls left, lobs one for Juszczyk. Throw it too high, couldn't catch it. Well, they usually hit him there, but the fullback in the flat. But Flacco again had to twist his shoulders around. He got pressure from Irvin and Mack. Irvin was coming and Mack was coming, and he lobbed it up high in the air, and Juszczyk just could not reach the ball. It was slightly overthrown, Tom, by Flacco.
Yeah, but he's wide open.
That's Spider 3, guys. Yeah. That's Spider 3 right there.
Wide banana, fullback in the flat.
That's exactly right.
So Spider 2 goes right, Spider 3 goes left.
That's exactly right.
3rd down and goal to go, 2-yard line. Flacco with the lone back, Terrence West. They have Juszczyk now, moves in motion left to right. Lines up as a right wing. Flacco throws it to Juszczyk. It's a fullback screen. Who runs that? He takes it down to the goal line, but he's not in. He is not in. Boy, he's close. Who runs a fullback screen? But that's what that was, Tom.
Yeah, fullback little check screen right there, right outside the tight end.
So 4th down. Will Harbaugh go for it? I think it's yes. He's bringing in Buck Allen. He's bringing in Mike Wallace, Steve Smith Sr. He's going to take out Terrence West, who may have hurt his right shoulder on that play as he leaves.
Going to spread him out.
John Harbaugh is going for it. It is 4th down and goal to go from right on the Raider 1-yard line. They had a 1st and goal on the 2. They've made 1 yard. Flacco with Steve Smith Sr. right, Crockett Gilmore right, and Juszczyk right. Now they're going to flip Steve Smith Sr. They're waiting for the officials to spot the ball here before they wind the clock. The play clock's at 12. They got to reset that play clock, right? Or they put it at 15. Now Hockley winds the clock. Steve Smith Sr. lines up in the backfield. Flacco, quarterback sneak, right off left guard. He's in. Touchdown Ravens. Link just went right off the left guard's back. Big Joe Flacco, all 6'6".
Yeah.
And now we'll see if Harbaugh will go for 2 to tie the game.
He is going for 2.
He's going for 2.
Yep.
For a long time in this league, the theory was not to do this until the 4th quarter, Tom, but we are late 3rd quarter and things have changed, obviously, with a 33-yard extra point as opposed to the 2-pointer. So Harbaugh's going to go for 2 to tie the game. Joe Flacco just able to sneak right in over Jihad Ward, and Corey James, the middle backer, could not fill. So it's 14-12. The Raider lead is down to 2. Juszczyk comes off. They bring in Buck Allen. They send Kamar Aiken, the big receiver, wide right. Dennis Pitta, the tight end, slotted right, slot left. Steve Smith Sr. inside of Mike Wallace. Flacco in the gun. Now Pitta goes in motion, so it's 3 left. Aiken right. Flacco looks left, lobs. It's intercepted. You can run that back for 2 points, Sean Smith, but he will be tackled on the 10-yard line. Sean Smith dropped in the end zone and intercepted the 2-point try. And he tried to run it back, but he only got as far as the 10-yard line. Jalen Richard, the pocket rocket, is in the Raider end zone to return this kickoff of Justin Tucker. Raiders did not score a point in the second half last week in Nashville. Here's Tucker, a real strong leg. How's he going to handle this? A high kickoff. It is about 3 yards deep, and Richard will take a knee as the ball was just lofted too high by Justin Tucker, so the Raiders will take it on their 25-yard line. Raiders again stalling out offensively in the second half. The Raiders had 148 yards of total offense in the first half. They have 5 yards in this quarter, which has 2:41 to play. Carr under center. Alawale and Murray in a true eye. Double tights. Stretch run to Murray coming wide left, and he won't be able to turn the corner at all. Their cornerback Jimmy Smith made the tackle length. Again, they tried to run that outside zone. Raiders are a power running team, but they will run wide occasionally, and they did it out of an eye set with a lead blocking fullback Alawale, but just couldn't get the edge at all.
Well, they pulled their guys, but as you mentioned, there was one left Raven left in the hole. And that was Jimmy Smith, who was outside. So you can't account for everyone. You're going to have to make someone miss, but Jimmy Smith's a pretty good tackling corner.
Sharice Wright tackles. Their whole defense tackles. One thing about the Baltimore Ravens for years, they tackle. 2nd and 9, Carr in the gun, empty set. Derek back, crossing route, ball got tipped, and he throws, and it's incomplete. Actually lobbed it over the top of the deflection. He was trying to go to Michael Crabtree, Tom, against Sharice Wright.
Yeah.
When Wright's playing his best game of the year. Cleveland Browns tormented him 2 weeks ago. Jacksonville Jaguars tormented him last week, but today he's played well. That time he played that strongly against Michael Crabtree.
You got to come on. You got to make some plays now. The Raiders haven't made any plays in the second half. They haven't had the ball that much, and they haven't shown any life in making plays.
Raiders just 2 of 8 on 3rd down. Now the Ravens are walking around. Link, who's coming? Jernigan. He's up now. He's down over the nose. Everybody else is up and walking around. Weddle shows blitz. Here they come. Weddle comes free. Doomerville all over him. A throw low. Catch by Seth Roberts, but he will not get the first down. Dean Peace brought everybody. He brought Weddle in the A-gap. He came clean. Nobody blocked him. Doomerville again came over the middle and not the edge. And Derek just ran for his life. Was able to complete the ball somehow to Seth Roberts, but just too much pressure.
Well, when you talk about communication, Latavius Murray got caught up. Rodney Hudson got caught up on the same guy, blocking the same guy. And Weddle came, as you mentioned, totally free. This is a blitz defense. This is what they do.
Here's the punt by Marquette King. A towering punt. Punted out of bounds here. Not going to let Hester touch it at all. Just punted the ball right out of bounds. Where did the ball go out? Official's got his hat off, and he walks to the 22.5-yard line. Crowd not happy. How could they tell from this angle? They got no clue. Ball out of bounds. 52-yard punt by Marquette King. That was up 4.5 seconds. No return. Marquette, he may be the AFC Special Teams Player of the Week this week because he's just a tremendous game like he has all year. You know, Justin Tucker won the AFC Special Teams Player of the Month award. And you got to worry about his leg, Tom, because right now you're only up 2 points and a field goal could beat you.
Yeah, the Raiders need to stop right here because they have been, the defense has been out there way too much this half.
1:14 to go, 3rd quarter. The Baltimore Ravens have dominated this quarter. Ben Heaney is in. Flacco right flat, catch by the fullback Juszczyk. He digs Ben Heaney in space and runs for the first down. They're going to pick on Ben Heaney now. As Malcolm Smith, we saw him, Link, riding the stationary bike over on the sideline, so we assume it's a leg injury. He's not able to come back in now.
No, it doesn't look like it. It looks like Heaney's going to be the choice. And, you know, here they come with their substitution where they're bringing in Hayden. But the fact is this defense is going to be stressed. It's going to be tested, especially with Heaney in their backer.
Raiders take out Jihad Ward, Shalik Calhoun, and Justin Ellis. They bring in Dan Williams, Jihad Ward, Mack, and Irvin. They go into a 4-man line now. They're showing a slot corner blitz from DJ Hayden. Flacco sees it. I think he gave it away too early. Here comes DJ. They toss it the other way to West. Again, that pitch out of the gun going right. I think DJ may have showed the blitz too early, Link. And Flacco saw him coming to his left, so he ran that toss to the right. And again, they're getting the edge on that outside toss play out of the shotgun routinely now.
Well, it's just like a zone run. He's pitching out to his right, and the line is not trying to buy the edge. All they're trying to do is create a flow, a wave over towards the Raiders sideline to allow Terrence West to cut back in, and that's what he's been able to do. That time he was able to get 4 yards.
End of the third quarter now. Baltimore will have a 2nd and 6 on their 38 when we start the fourth quarter. First play of the fourth quarter, Flacco throws low, incomplete. He tried to throw to the rookie receiver, Chris Moore, in the left flat, well covered by Sean Smith. Be sure to stay tuned. Later in the broadcast, we'll name the Geico drive of the game. What does it mean when Geico says just 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance? It means you probably should have gone to geico.com 15 minutes ago as we begin the final 15. In that third quarter, the Ravens outgained the Raiders 116 yards to 5. Baltimore had 10 first downs. The Raiders had none. 3rd and 6. Ravens 2 of 11 on 3rd down. Flacco back, pressured. Mack runs around him. Irvin got it from behind, and he fumbled. The ball's free on the Baltimore 30-yard line. Bruce Irvin. Raiders have the ball. The Raiders take the fumble away. Bruce Irvin looped around there. Flacco had no idea where the ball was. Danico Autry recovers the fumble, Link, and the Raider front comes up with a big takeaway there.
Just what the Raiders needed in the right timing. As you mentioned, Bruce Irvin running around the horn. Flacco with his eyes down the field, no awareness of who's behind him. He escapes Khalil Mack, but Irvin comes in with the cleanup, and Danico Autry comes in to recover the fumble.
Bruce Irvin, Tom, did it on opening day against Drew Brees. On the first defensive series of the year, he comes up with a huge play there, not only to sack him, but to take the ball away.
Take the ball away, and right now they're in scoring territory. Now they got to just hold on to the ball and work it methodically into the end zone.
1st and 10 Raiders on the Baltimore 29. Raiders up 2 points. They look back on the silent count. Rodney Hudson snaps to Derek Carr. They fake the gun run to Washington. Right flat. It opens up wide for him. And he gets hit. Oh, he's trying to run over C.J. Mosley. You're not going to run over that big inside linebacker.
I don't think so.
That was a textbook tackle. C.J. Mosley, just a monster since he came into the NFL. But he dropped so deep. And Washington was able to circle out of the backfield. That was a good game, though. Even though he got popped, he got 7 yards. 2nd and 3 Raiders. And 5 yards all third quarter, so that 7-yard gain you'll take. Raiders up 2 points, 14-12. Washington, the lone back, slot left. Roberts inside of Cooper. Crabtree one-on-one with Sharice Wright. Derek gets low under center. They run the stretch left. Washington runs into his own guy, partly Gabe Jackson. And he got tackled shy of the first down. Also, Zachary Orr, the inside linebacker, Link, will drop him right on the Baltimore 20-yard line. So it's 3rd down and about a yard here.
Now, this is an interesting play choice here. You know, the Raiders don't have a pure short yardage back, which they can definitely use. And, of course, the Ravens are very stout against the run. So we'll see how crafty Musgrave wants to be in this situation.
Baltimore's bringing in that big nose tackle, Michael Pierce, who they ran as a fullback. Latavius Murray, the lone back, he lined up outside. Now he motions as a single back. Bunch formation right. They toss to Latavius coming right. Cuts back and lost yards. Flag is down.
And a holding.
Flag is down.
And a holding.
Now will they take the hold time to make the field goal further or just let Janikowski kick it from here?
I doubt it.
Because he can make a... Right now the field goal would be 38 yards away. You'd give him 3rd down over again. Well, that didn't work at all, Link. No. They tried to run that toss to the bunch side, the bunch crunch, and Murray got crunched.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, as I said, you know, Baltimore's very stout against the run. That time they were expecting it, especially when Murray came back in the backfield.
Let's see if Baltimore declines the penalty or takes the hold. It's a hold on the Raiders, so does Harbaugh want to drop him back 10?
Oh, wait a minute. They say personal foul.
Personal foul, yeah.
Ooh.
That's
during the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense, number 66.
What did he do?
15 yards.
Oh, that is so good.
Gabe Jackson.
Watch.
Well, now the line of scrimmage is back on the 35, so the field goal would be 53 yards, and they'll take this penalty.
Yeah.
What did he do?
Well, he came down with a forearm to the back of the player's neck, Jernigan, who was in his stomach, pushing him back.
Timmy Jernigan?
Yep. It was actually, I thought they were going to call it on something else, but
wait a minute.
It was a good
Did
call.
Baltimore take the personal foul?
They did.
No, they didn't. They did not. Baltimore did not take it. Hochul's not marched it off, and the Raiders are looking like they're going to go for it, Tom.
On fourth down?
Why wouldn't you just kick the field goal here?
Yeah.
The scoreboard has already given the ball back on the. Baltimore's going to take. What do you want to do, John Harbaugh? Do you want to take the personal foul penalty? Yes, they're going to move this back, right? Boy, mass confusion on Ed Hochul's crew here. They're going to put the ball. John Harbaugh will take the penalty. It'll actually be spotted on the 36. So a field goal from here would be 54 yards. The Raiders will go on third down still. Third down and 17.
The personal foul was enforced from the previous spot, 15 yards. We repeat third down.
Here's Derek Carr now in the shotgun. They go empty set. Crabtree slotted inside of Latavius Murray. Right, left. It's Clive Walford, Seth Roberts. Amari Cooper, Seth Roberts. Clive Walford is right. So 3 right, 2 left on 3rd and 17. Derek just wants to get back in the field goal range here. Carr back and a throw out left. It is a juggling catch by Amari Cooper, and he's very close to a first down. He may have it. Does he have the first down?
I think he's got the first down.
Where are they going to spot that ball right on? He had to get inside the 20-yard line. What a play to pick up 17 out of 3rd and 17 against this Raven defense. They've spotted the ball inside the 20-yard line. Oh, it's going to be close. I can't tell from the angle, Link. Do they have to get to the 19 or just inside that 20?
I can't tell from here, but it's right inside.
And also, if you challenge the spot time, he may have gotten a... That's not a great spot. It may even be closer to the 19-yard line. They're going to bring the chain gang out from the Raven sideline, the south sideline here at M&T Bank Stadium. First down, Raiders. No.
Short.
I thought I saw he got it. Oh, the optical illusion from this angle. They're short. Now, you may want to challenge that. You may want to challenge that spot, Tom.
Well, I think he's thinking about it. But I didn't. I
thought he got it from this angle. I thought he had it by the nose of the ball, but he's short by half of it.
Well, you notice they haven't showed anything
Cooper
up top.
Backpedaled, his butt went down. Well, the ball's behind. No,
yeah, when his butt is done, yeah.
Yeah, you can't. You're not going to get a whole lot there. No. They're going to go forward and not kick the field goal here. A field goal would give you a 5-point lead at 17-12. Jack Del Rio's going forward again. They're going double tights. They got Alawale in. They're going to try to run it against this ferocious Raven run defense. 4th down and just a couple of inches. They're heavy right. Murray the lone back. Will Carr sneak it? Carr gets up. Are they going to snap it here? They're jumping in the A-gap. Carr gets low. They do snap. He got pushed back. Carr got pushed back. They didn't get it.
There was a defensive offense.
Did they jump off sides?
Yes, they jumped off sides.
Baltimore may have jumped off sides. The snap of the ball did not look clean. Carr's pumped
against
up.
The Ravens.
Oh, did he get them to jump off sides, Tom?
Well, yeah, he jumped offside. That's why there was no penetration.
Well, he got pushed back big time. Penn is pointing. Harbaugh's saying the Raiders moved. Let's see. Offsides. First down, Raiders.
5-yard penalty.
On Brandon Williams, the nose tackle.
Yeah, that's why there was no movement. He jumped offside before the Raider line got going.
Well, Mosley pushed him. Suggs jumped off sides. Terrell Suggs was in the neutral zone. C.J. Mosley came up in the front link and patted Williams on the butt and wanted them to go forward, and he lined up offside.
Well, he was trying to close down the A gap. That's what he was trying to do.
But he went forward sideways. Terrell Suggs was offsides as well. 1st and 10 Raiders on the Raven 15-yard line. Bunch formation right. Murray to the left of Carr in the shotgun. Here's Carr back, looking middle. Time, throws, check down Murray, got tackled immediately by Terrell Suggs. Got only a yard. 12.5 to play, 4th quarter. Raiders want the end zone here in a 2-score lead. 14-12 now as Alawale, the fullback, runs off. They bring on Seth Roberts.
Yeah, but I would put one of those little guys in the backfield and let him run around from there.
Richard or Washington.
Yeah.
At least take a look downfield a little bit longer and had no pressure. 3-man rush that time. They dropped 8.
2nd and 9. Carr in the gun. Latavius Murray, the big back to his right. Slot left. Seth Roberts inside of Amari Cooper. Michael Crabtree one-on-one against Sharice Wright. Will they go that way? Carr, gun run. Murray coming left. Got stopped in the hole. Terrell Suggs. T-Sizzle Link. just blew that up.
You're not fooling anybody by that.
No, you're not fooling anybody, and we haven't done anything with that all day.
Third down
where
now.
you pull the backside guard and you try to open up a hole. There's getting no push. The Ravens are looking for it, and as you mentioned, Terrell Suggs made the tackle on the line of scrimmage.
Well, he's a good run player. You know him for his edge pass rushing ability, but he sets a great edge, and he's just a great player. Raiders 2 of 10 on third downs today. Face it 3rd and 8 on the Baltimore 13. Everybody's up here, all wearing purple in Baltimore. Carr in the gun. Little guy, Jalen Richard to his left. 3 receivers right. Jernigan's walking around to the front. Carr back, throwing for the end zone. Wide open, Michael Crabtree. He caught it. Touchdown, Raiders. He got blasted again, but Michael Crabtree will never drop the ball. Boy, he got laid out in the end zone by Eric Weddle. Laid out, but he held on to the football. He is so fearless. He ran that route out of the slot, Tom, the post. He actually turned his body to shield the ball from Weddle. He knew Weddle was coming, and Weddle popped him, but Crabtree turned the ball away from him, took a big hit around his helmet, but held out of the football again.
Yep.
Now the extra point will give the Raiders a 9.2 score lead.
Very strange on the coverage that time, Coach. I don't know if you noticed they rushed 3, dropped 8, and they still let a seam route go wide open in the end zone.
They went zone.
Yeah.
It was a zone.
Zone. Weddle, I think, might have even been out of position.
Here's a big extra point to give you a 9-point lead. Kondo will snap. King will hold. They got it down. Janikowski has it up, and it is good. And the Raiders have a 2-score lead in Baltimore. There's Janikowski with the kickoff. He's going to push Hester far to his right. Beautifully done by Janikowski. Hester will just run out of the right side of the end zone for a touchback. Baltimore needs to score twice. 11 minutes and 11 seconds to play. Baltimore, since one of the most famous games in the history of pro football, the Ghost to the Post. Double overtime Christmas Eve game, the divisional playoff game against the Colts when Dave Casper had that huge game against Burt Jones and the Baltimore Colts. That was the Christmas Eve of '77. That's how long it's been. Here's the run to Terrence West, and they run the gun run with a slant. Coming to the Raiders defensive right, their left for a short gain. And I just figured out why they keep running those tosses, Tom, out of the shotgun, because Joe Flacco is so immobile with the bad left knee, the ACL and the MCL. He can't hand off on the stretch run, so they just have him pitch it out of the shotgun. Now he drops back, looks left, throws. Catch made by Mike Wallace out of bounds on the short one to Sean Smith. Meanwhile, Eric Weddle did go back up into the tunnel as the Raven doctors and the NFL doctors are checking him for a concussion.
Yeah, that was quite a collision,
Yeah, pay particularly close attention to the Raiders linebacker core. Right now, Darren Bates is in there along with Corey James. Heaney, I haven't got a report on Heaney or anybody, Malcolm Smith, just yet.
Is Heaney hurt, or they just went to Bates?
No, I think.
Here's Flacco throwing out right. Catch by Pitt. A block by Steve Smith Sr. What a clever block he made there, Tom, on Amerson.
Yeah, but I don't know if that was legal.
I think it was already caught. You're saying the ball was in the air when he made the block?
It was close.
It was. I saw it right after Pitt had made the catch. As Amerson, he's saying that it was before. You may be right. As Steve Smith Sr. gave kind of a look to the official. He got away with one. He can't block while the ball's in the air. That'd be an offensive pass interference, but he blocked Amerson after Pitt had got it. We're under 10 minutes to go. The Raiders are up 9. Here's a gun run to Allen coming to the left and across the 45 up to around the 46 lane. To be clear, so you think Ben Heaney is hurt? No, he's over on the Raiders sideline.
He's over on the Raiders sideline, but he did come off because he got his ankle rolled up in one series. He's got it taped right now. But I did notice Darren Bates was in there the last series to finish off.
He hardly ever plays. He's a special teamer, Bates. Corey James is in there. Here's pressure. Flacco avoids the sack by Irvin. Going to throw one deep left side for Mike Wallace, and it's broken up by Sean Smith, and no flag. They went deep on Sean Smith, Tom, with Mike Wallace. A flag is down in the offensive backfield, though. To the Ravens hold.
Offense number 66.
Yes, they did.
10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Ryan Jensen playing at left guard. Link is called for the hold. Flacco avoided the pressure there and threw a deep one. He still, when he has time, he throws one of the best deep balls in pro football. But Sean Smith running stride for stride with Mike Wallace today, Tom.
Well, Sean can run pretty good, too, especially once you get going down the field. But now Khalil Mack is back in. He took a couple of plays off to get his rest a little bit. Now he's back in, and this is a great situation for Mack.
Absolutely, it's a great situation for the rush. That last play, Jensen, the left guard for the Ravens, got called holding Justin Ellis.
Yes, Justin Ellis.
Trying to break free and apply more pressure on Flacco, but great rush by Irvin as well in that play.
You don't think Jelly is a pass rusher. He's more of a run player. Here's Flacco back. Pocket collapses around him, and the Raiders will sack him. Khalil Mack will get his first sack of the year. And what a time for it. He drops Flacco back on the Baltimore 30-yard line.
Come on, line up, boys. Line
it's
up.
3rd and 23. And you don't want to celebrate too much like after the Kansas City game with C.O. Moore. That time, Linky went around Rick Wagner, their starting right tackle.
That's right. Khalil pressed the tackle to the depth of the quarterback and just fall right under. Flacco standing in the pocket, not mobile as you mentioned, was right there for the taking. Great sack.
3rd down and 23. Flacco in the gun. 2 receivers right. 4-man pressure, throws check down, caught by Kamar Aiken. Raiders will swarm him and drop him. DJ Hayden again, a tremendous open field tackle by the Raiders nickel corner. And John Harbaugh must punt the ball back to the Raiders with 8.5 minutes to play in the game. Well, the defense really came alive there at the right time. Sam Cook into punt. And the Raiders leave their base defense in. They are going to bring 2 guys back, twin returners here, with Sam Cook and his ability to spin the football. This one he's going to kick to the far sideline, just kick it out of bounds.
Yeah, that's going to be...
just missed it, I think, that time.
That's going to go back to about the 30-yard line, I bet.
Let's see where the official's running up that sideline. He did not want to do that. He does put, it'll go out on the 28-yard line.
Missed it by 2.
And their next 2 will be at home, finally in the AFC West, San Diego next Sunday. Kansas City in a showdown the week after. There's a play action to Murray. Carr going to roll out right, throws for Michael Rivera. He got driven down. Hardly any gain at all. Linebacker Zachary Orr hits Michael Rivera. Rivera's first touch of the year. And it goes for virtually no gain. Maybe a yard. 2nd down, 9 Raiders. Murray was in, now he's out. They bring in Jalen Richard. Undrafted rookie out of Southern Miss, small back. Andre Holmes is in, big wide receiver. Derek Carr wants the play call to come in from the sideline. He didn't get it. And now they're still huddled up. They break the huddle with 12. Derek goes into the shotgun with Richard to his right. Clive Walford to left wing, slot left. Roberts inside Andre Holmes. Amari Cooper one-on-one against Sharice Wright. Play clock getting down, and it's sounded. It's a play for delay of game on the Raiders.
You're going to get delay of game.
Wow.
Delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty.
What was that
2nd down.
I don't know.
Well, it was a check with me, but Derek Carr, he had Clive Wolford. Everybody was looking for Derek for the play. He was indecisive. And as the time went around down, Seth Roberts tried to get a timeout and called in time, but he couldn't.
Should have called time.
Yeah.
You just can't do that, Tom.
No,
the internal clock in the quarterback's head. He knew he was looking for the play clock. When they broke the huddle, the play clock was at 13-12.
Yep.
You just can't do that. Now you're into a 2nd and 14. They take out Richard. They bring in Washington. Carr in the gun. They fake the gun run to DeAndre to circle him out, but Mosley took it away. Carr going to roll right, being chased by, goes out of bounds. Also, now you are outside of 5 minutes, so the clock will reset. You do that under 5, the clock will stop, so you don't want to do that much more here as you try to milk this clock away. Once Ockley winds the clock, it will restart. 6:54 to play in the game. Now you're facing a 3rd and 14.
Yeah,
well, you don't want to throw him the ball away here.
This is really poor clock management here. Very poor.
They should have restarted the clock.
We got too many people in the huddle. We got to be careful.
The clock should have restarted also at 6:54. That clock's got to restart even though you go out of bounds.
Now they're going to call it time.
The clock should be running here. The play clock's down to 4-3. The game clock should have been running. Derek Carr, here they come. Derek throws out right, slant route, almost intercepted, knocked away by Sharice Wright. And there's 6:50 to go. The play clock should have restarted after Derek ran out of bounds and Hockley wounded the clock. So there should be far less time on the game clock here. That's just a flat-out malfunction. Can't believe Hockley didn't see it. Marquette King will punt. Also, the play clock time got down to a 2nd.
Yeah.
As Derek snapped the ball. That's 2 plays. One was a delay of game, and now a 2nd. That was not a good series. High snap from Kondo. And Marquette King will punt it away. High punt. Gavin Hester's not going to fair catch this one. Johnny Holton, did they hold him? No. Here comes Hester. 40. Across the 40. Flag came down. right on the sideline.
I think we're going to get sideline interference, guys, on the Raiders.
What's that?
I think we're going to get sideline interference on the Raiders.
Great.
Meaning what? Somebody from their sideline?
Yeah. Someone from our team was in the field of play, or too close to the field of play.
Yeah, almost. You know, the officials have to run him down that sideline.
What is that? A personal foul or delay a game? That could be a big penalty. You can't be in the apron in the white, I think is the call, huh, Link?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nobody on the field, but you can't even be in the apron.
You're right.
Couldn't hear Hockley.
He didn't. Yeah, I don't think he was just signaling to see whether or not they're going to take
preliminary indication. We'll just take it. It'll be added yards on the return, right? Here's Hockley.
A member of the kicking team, number 18, went out of bounds on his own. That's a 5-yard penalty.
Okay.
It will be enforced from the dead ball spot. Baltimore keeps the ball, first down.
The Raiders have not won in Baltimore since the ghost of the postgame. Christmas Eve, a 77. 6.5 to play. Flacco, a play action. Gonna throw. It is caught by Steve Smith Sr. Breaks the tackle of Emerson. He's gone. 10-5. Touchdown. The Ravens are right back in the game. 52-yarder by Steve Smith Sr. As Emerson, Tom, lost the tackle on the in-cut, the slant route. Such a good tackler. He lost it. And the safeties were nowhere to help.
Nowhere to help. You can't, that little guy, boy, you cover most of the day, but he still is dangerous.
Well, that's the attitude that you appreciate from a player like that, because it wasn't so much Emerson missed the tackle as Steve Smith pushed him down.
How about Reggie Nelson? He's got to get him on the ground, Tom.
Yeah, take him down. That's
Reggie
terrible.
Nelson is your deep safety there. He cannot let him get behind him. As Steve Smith pushed Emerson down, but Reggie Nelson with a bad angle and didn't get him down. Justin Tucker with the point after, and just like that, they explode. And the lead is down to 2. 21-19. Kind of the Allen Iverson of the NFL with the attitude as well. Here's the kickoff and a touchback. Justin Tucker will blast away right to the back of the end zone. Jalen Richard lets it go. So now you got to sweat this game out.
Yep.
I'm going back to the 40 seconds. They never rolled off the play clock, the game clock, when Carr ran out of bounds. Well, who knows? That could come back to help the Raiders. You worry about Justin Tucker's leg beating you. It's a 2-point game. They got to get something going in the running game here. Let's see what they do. Latavius Murray, the big back, will line up as a single back. They have 3 receivers in. Seth Roberts slotted left inside of Amari Cooper. Michael Crabtree right. Walford tight right. Carr under center. And again, they almost jumped in the neutral zone. Terrell Suggs almost jumped in. Derek, a check with me here. Link. Murray goes back 8 yards deep. Carr going to run Murray on the outside stretch right, and he gets tripped up and gains 2. Did Derek check out of the play or do a different running play there in the check with me?
Yes, that's exactly right, Pop. It was a check with me. He went and saw the strength of the defense and decided to check it. Look, the Ravens are expected to run, so they got an 8-man box. So either Derek's going to have to be creative with his run choice, or he's going to have to take a shot down the field.
Can't be afraid here, Tom. You got to move the football. You can't punt it back to him right away. Under 6 minutes to go, 2nd and 8. Derek's never afraid. Murray to his left, slot right. Roberts inside of Cooper. Crabtree goes in short motion, watched by Sharice Wright. Play action. Carr looks left, chased out left, throws, fly, came down. The Raiders held their Link.
Yeah, they held him. Vidal Alexander was not a hold. It was a bad call, but they're going to call him every time.
And Hockley and the umpire have the hold here. Clock stops now on the penalty. Hockley's looking the wrong way. This is first game.
Holding offense, number 74.
How many on Alexander today?
2nd down.
What are you going to do? We don't have any tackles.
Well, all Smith has given him is just a straight bull rush, and then he pressing to the depth of the quarterback and then falling off. The problem is when you're a tackle, if you don't maintain inside-out integrity, you fall off in the quarterback's face. You see that shirt separation that they'll call every time.
Zadarius Smith, big outside linebacker, second-year backer out of Kentucky, 4th-round pick in 2015. Now you're up against the down and distance time. You got to be careful here. 2nd down and 18. By the way, Eric Weddle is not in their Actually, he's back in now, Weddle, as they lost the ball. It's free. The Ravens recover. The Raiders fumble the ball away, and Baltimore takes it on the 16-yard line. Tavon Young recovers the fumble of DeAndre Washington. The Raiders turn it over and give the ball to Baltimore on the 16-yard line. The Raiders' first turnover of the game. It was a gun run, a wraparound run, and DeAndre Washington, the ball stripped out of there. And it was recovered by Tavon Young, their nickel corner. It was Lawrence Guy, their defensive end, who reached around and knocked the ball away from DeAndre Washington.
Well, it was a play that they were waiting for. They knew the draw was coming, so their defensive linemen didn't really have a rush. They all sat back, including Suggs. But you mentioned just a great play by the Ravens defender to knock the ball out.
Well, now they're in point-blank range to kick the field goal to go up by a point. Raiders need to take the ball back. Flacco under center. Terrence West, the lone back. Slot left. Mike Wallace right. Watched by Amerson. Flacco under center. Stretch run coming right. Inside the 15. Gets spilled. Low tackle there by Darren Bates. Flips up West. And he lands down on the Raider 13-yard line. You got to be worried about the clock now, Tom.
Yep.
As Baltimore is already into chippy field goal range. Justin Tucker, one of the best kickers in the history of the league. The Raiders do have 2 timeouts left. We're approaching 5 minutes to play in the game. So Baltimore is going to run this clock down every single snap. They're already in field goal range to go up by a point. Raiders are playing their base defense now as Baltimore goes heavy set. They've got the fullback Juszczyk in ahead of Terrence West. Flacco under center. Play clock at 3, 2. Here's the snap. Straight ahead. West inside the 10. Dropped on the 10 or 9-yard line. It'll bring up a third down. Third down to about 2 or 3 here. As again, they're going to slow play this. You just got to prevent the first down now. 4.5 to play. The play clock right now is ticking down to 20. They went into a no huddle. They're not going to snap it fast, though. Yes, they are. They quick snap the Raiders. Flacco throws right flat. Caught by Juszczyk. First down, Baltimore. First and goal to go on the Raider 3-yard line. Well, that was a surprise.
Yeah.
Who thought they'd do that? They were going to try to work the clock down, and they snapped it with 20, and they quick snapped. The Raiders gave up the 20 seconds time to get 3 more downs.
Yeah, they did. They're very sharp move, very smart move by their part because the Raiders caught them flat-footed. They were not ready for that law.
Well, who thought they'd snap it that fast?
The Raiders were having some trouble with the assignment because Darren James was playing linebacker, allowed the fullback to go. Spider 2 all over again, and there was nobody covering him in the flat.
Spider 2, Ivananda, the fullback in the flat. Now it's first and goal to go. Baltimore, 3-yard line. Juszczyk, straight eye. They give it to West off the right side. Touchdown, Baltimore. Went in standing. Nobody laid a finger on him. Baltimore has the lead. 25-21. Now, what do they do here? It doesn't much matter. It'll be 27-21. A touchdown on the extra point. It still beat them.
They're going for 2. They're signaling they're going for 2.
Raiders could still beat them at 28-27. Nobody touched anybody there, Link. Ladarius Latham got pushed away. Stacey McGee got pushed away.
It's a case of being fatigued, man. You saw it last game, the second half. The same thing happens this game. Fatigue. Nothing but arm tackles, right, Coach?
Yep, nothing but arm tackles. Can't do that.
Baltimore scored touchdowns on their last 2 possessions. Steve Smith, senior, stiff arm on Amerson. Reggie Nelson, a terrible angle at center field. DeAndre Washington, a fumble. And then they come right back in. Now Flacco in the gun for a 2-pointer. Looks end zone, throws. Caught! Mike Wallace, wow. Right under the goalpost. Fly came down. This could be on the kickoff for an excessive celebration on Baltimore. A taunting on Baltimore. This could help the Raiders' quest to win this game still. Hold on. It is, we got
a second
also
flag
threw his hat up in the air.
Yeah.
They're going to get them for excessive celebration on the Wallace touchdown.
Well, Wallace did turn around and spike the ball in front of the Raider defender.
That's taunting. So it's 27-21. A touchdown and the point after can still beat them. 28-27. And if they call this a taunting and a personal foul, they'll have to kick off from their 20-yard line. Here's Ed Hochuli.
There were 2 fouls after the try was over, both on the offense, Baltimore. One was an unsportsmanlike conduct foul for celebration. That foul is declined. There was also an unsportsmanlike taunting foul on number 17. If number 17 commits another foul of that category in this game, he will be disqualified. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
They got a kickoff from the 20-yard line. So this game's not over. It's far from over. The Raiders have plenty of time. And now they can let Derek Carr throw the ball, Tom, because the running game just did not work when they went into the shell trying to run the clock out. Now they know they need a touchdown to win the game. Link, you were saying before I interrupted you.
Well, I was just saying, look, we're down to the bare minimums at linebacker. Darren Bates, who subbed in, is sucking serious wind. Ben Henney is out there on the kickoff, and he's got a noticeable limp. So right now, going to the middle of the field has worked well, whether the run game or the passing attack by the Baltimore Ravens. This offense needs to really put a drive together, and obviously to win. But they got to get this defense some rest.
Now Tucker will kick off from the 20-yard line. He has one of the strongest legs in pro football. He hits it high, fairly deep. Richard will take it on the 8-yard line with a hop. 20, 25, 30. Tackled by Juszczyk, the fullback, on the 34-yard line. And here come Derek Carr and the Raiders. Down 6, knowing exactly what they need. A touchdown at the point after to win this game, 28-27. The Raiders have picked up only 2 second-half first downs. 2. One by penalty. The other, the touchdown they scored, which seemingly you thought put them in a position to win the game up 21-12. And then Steve Smith Sr., the stiff arm on Amerson. Nelson a bad angle. DeAndre Washington the fumble. You know the deal. Raiders have to forget about it. Latavius Murray is the back here, not one of the 2 little guys. They have 3 receivers left. Walford upright, right. Carr back. Time. Throws middle. It is caught at midfield. Michael Crabtree, when Derek needs a big throw time, it goes to 15. And that was a zone defense. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, got there, but not before Michael Crabtree found the soft spot on that over route for 16 yards. Now they do bring in one of the small backs. Murray is out. Jalen Richard is in. Ball's on the right hash. They go slot left. Roberts inside of Cooper. 2 right. Walford and Crabtree. 1st and 10. Baltimore's flipping their front around. Smith going to rush over Penn. Here's Carr back. Time. Throws right. Catch. Crabtree out of bounds. That'll stop the clock with 2:53 to play. He is something else, Michael Crabtree. He gets open and he catches everything.
Yeah, having a great day. The one that's been kind of pretty silent so far is Amari Cooper.
6 catches, 66 yards for Crabtree. And the touchdown. Amari Cooper has been relatively quiet today. Amari 5 catches, 49 yards. 1st and 10 Raiders on the Baltimore 40. 40 yards away from tying the game. And the point after would win it. 3 receivers left. Walford tight right. Derek in the gun. Richard circles out. Carr throws for Richard right through his hands. Dropped it, almost intercepted at the second level. That time Derek threw it hard and flat, Tom. But it hit the little guy right in the hands. Jalen Richard just couldn't quite handle it.
Yeah, that's what he's in there for, to catch that kind of ball with running room in front of him where he could do some damage. That would have been a lot of yards.
2:49 to play. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. Raiders are on the Baltimore 40. Carr in the gun. They send Walford, Crabtree, and Richard right. That's into out. Now Richard goes in motion, long motion. He'll move left slot towards Roberts and Amari Cooper's side. Carr in the gun, takes the snap. Here comes pressure. Throw, catch, Walford back shoulder. 1st and 10 Raiders on the Baltimore 22-yard line. Now you want to calm it down. You don't want to score too fast. You can give Tucker a chance to beat you late if you do score.
Well, that time he had to get rid of the ball that time because they hit it up with a blitz in the middle.
Raiders are right back up on the ball. No huddle. 2.5 to play. Carr in the gun. 2-by-2 formation. Richard to your right. Carr back. Carr throws for the end zone. Broken up. Eric Weddle was there. They were trying to go to Walford, Tom, on the seam route. Boy, he threw into double coverage. Lardarius Webb, he lost his helmet. There's bodies everywhere. They're all hurt. Walford's down. Webb's down. Webb lost his helmet. Weddle, who was checked for concussion symptoms earlier, he's back in, but okay. Just a little bit of a seam post route. And Weddle, he went down. Webb went down. There's bodies everywhere.
Yeah.
Savage game these men play. And the clock will stop here now with 2:21 to play. Also a thigh type of injury here.
Yeah, he hit it there. Whoever
It's on Wolford.
Yeah,
is it knee, Link, or Dr. King is out checking out his knee?
Yeah, it's hard to say, but he is around his knee area.
Yeah, Webb came in and hit it right across the top of the leg or the knee.
Did you ever find out what was wrong with Lee Smith, Link?
Lee Smith was ruled out with an ankle injury.
Now Wolford.
And Malcolm Smith was ruled doubtful to return with a groin injury.
Well, Derek did a good job, Tom, of getting that ball over the depth of the drop of the linebacker, Zachary Orr, to give Wolford a chance, but the safeties both converged. Webb goes off. Who's going to be able to play this second down? Wolford's limping off. Rivera comes in. The Raiders have one tight end left. Smith hurt in the first half with the ankle. Wolford's limping off the field. Jack Del Rio checks out on himself. Meanwhile, is Lardarius Webb out?
Webb is out. He's getting his ankle retaped.
Maybe checking for a concussion for Webb, too. Well, here we go after a pause here. M&T Bank Stadium. Nearly quiet to check on the condition of these players. And now here they come again. Purple rain. 2nd and 10 Raiders on the Raven 23. Raiders, the touchdown could tie at the point after it could put him ahead. Carr in the gun. 2 by 2. Derek low snap. Derek looking. Derek at a lob one for the end zone for Crabtree. Did he get both feet down? Touchdown! Raiders!
Holy
Michael Crabtree did it again.
Oh, my.
His 3rd touchdown of the game. This one in the back of the end zone and is subject to review. Did he get both feet down in the back of that end zone? Caught it. 1. No, he did not.
Well, the 2 were down.
I think he did because I think the first one got down.
Initially.
When did he get the first? Let's see. Crabtree.
Right.
Goes up.
Ball, toe.
Oh, he did drag it.
Yes,
he did drag that left foot. I think he got it.
Right foot was in. He dragged the left.
He
dragged the toe.
Back foot. He dragged that toe.
Yep.
And they're going to kick the extra point right now.
Yeah,
there's no challenge.
not stopping him.
This is to give the Raiders the lead. Janikowski, here's the snap. Jano has it up, and it is good. And the Raiders have a 1-point lead. The game's not over, though.
Nope.
They have Justin Tucker, 2:12 to play. Boy, how did Micah Crabtree do it again, Tom?
I don't know.
There's been 3 touchdowns scored combined in the last 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Incredible football game today. This last Raider drive, 6 plays, 66 yards, 124. When they came out of their shell, Tom, and we're not trying to run the clock out and let Derek just fling it.
Yeah.
Boy, how many did Michael Crabtree catch on that drive? 3. The first 2 and the last one. Now you're looking at Justin Tucker. And it's Devin Hester who is back to return this kickoff. Let's see if Janikowski just doesn't get cute and just blast this one right through the end zone. He hit a low line drive. This will be returned. He mishit that. Here's Hester coming ahead, 15. He's spilled over by Trawick, the former Raven. And he drops Hester on his head on the 20-yard line. What a tackle there by Brendan Trawick, the former Baltimore Raven, the great special team player. He's the captain of the Raiders special teams, coming up with a huge play. I think Jano may have mishit that ball. You don't want to hit it that much of a line drive where he can get it so fast. But in any event, Trawick saved the day. Darren Bates is still in defensively. No, Corey James is in. Bates is not in.
Well, no, they got McGill in there.
They got Keith McGill playing a linebacker. Bates is not in. Raiders going to a 4-man rush. 1st and 10, Baltimore on the 21. They got a gun run. Here's a draw to Terrence West. Cuts inside, runs over Reggie Nelson. 1st down. And the pile is still being pushed. They finally drop West. We got the 2-minute warning here with 1:59. We're looking to put him down on the 39-yard line.
Too many guys going for the ball.
2-minute warning. 2 minutes.
Well, here we go. 1:59 to play. Terrence West with that last rush. 20 carries, 112 yards, and a touchdown. Baltimore 400 yards of offense to the Raiders 262. Raiders lead by a single point. Baltimore has Justin Tucker, one of the best in football. 1st and 10, Ravens on their 39 gun run. Terrence West, this time the Raiders stack it up, and it was Corey James, Link, that jumped in the A-gap there. Darren Bates, by the way, is back in. He got hurt on that kickoff return to the Ravens, but he's back in. Playing for Malcolm Smith, who's out to injury. Baltimore not going to call a timeout. 1:40 to play in the game. That gained a yard. 2nd and 9. Flacco in the gun. Fullback Juszczyk to his right. 2-by-2 formation. Flacco back. Throws middle. Catch Steve Smith Sr. Tackled by Corey James. Short tackler dropped him. Big 3rd down coming up. Of course, you're in 4-down territory here for Harbaugh. So they didn't make much on 1st and 2nd. This one got about 5, though, so it's 3rd and 4. Baltimore back up on the ball. 1:15 to play in the game. A field goal will win the game for the Ravens. Mike Wallace goes in motion, followed by Sean Smith out left, slot right. Flacco back. Flacco time, out cut. It is caught by Steve Smith Sr. He stayed in bounds. First on Baltimore, right at midfield. And do they call a timeout here? Harbaugh does.
Yeah, they did. They call a timeout.
1:01 to play. 61 seconds to play. John Harbaugh calls a timeout. So with Justin Tucker, you're looking at, they gave him a new deal in the offseason, right on the deadline, July 15th, when you sign franchise players. This kicker's so good, they franchise tagged him in the offseason. They gave him a 4-year deal for $16.8 million. He's the highest paid kicker in terms of guaranteed money in the league. He makes $10.8 million. He won the game last week, Tom, as you noted, right around this time. A minute and 2 left in Jacksonville. He had a 53-yarder to win that game by a couple of points. He is now 11 of 12 in his career when kicking with a chance to tie the game or take the lead in the game with under 2 minutes to play in regulation. He is very simply Mr. Clutch. How close do they need to get him? They're at the 50-yard line. Flacco throws. Dropped! The rookie let it get into his body, and he dropped the ball. Chris Moore, the rookie, run forward to Cincinnati, flat out dropped it. Wouldn't have been a big gainer, but it would have gotten them maybe 5 to 10 yards.
Would have got him some yards because the Wallace ran a clear-out route, and it messed up the entire coverage. He was open on that break.
Yeah, he was open on the break, and he also could have gotten out of bounds.
Yep.
Pre-game warm-ups, Tucker was making one from the logo about 60 yards away. He's made a 61-yarder, and that was in the Dome of Detroit on Monday Night Football to win late. 2nd and 10, Flacco back. Here comes a blitz. Flacco throws, ball got tipped, intercepted, dropped. Reggie Nelson couldn't quite get there. The ball was also tipped. The Raiders that time blitzed Carl Joseph Link, the safety, and somebody tipped that ball.
Yeah, they dropped Bruce Irvin on the other side, so it was a zone blitz. Got some pressure in Flacco's face, and as he was backpedaling, you mentioned his mobility, not very mobile. He just tried to get that ball back to the line of scrimmage, and it was tipped and almost picked off.
Also, the Raiders moved Khalil Mack into the middle of their defensive front there and rushed him over a center or a guard. 3rd down and 10 for Flacco. Juszczyk, the fullback, to his left. 2-by-2 formation. Raiders blitz. Joseph. Here's a Flacco throw out low into the ground. He threw too low to Dennis Pitta. The Ravens are down to their last bullet. It's 4th down now.
4th down and 10.
Pressure got to him, and you see Flacco again, Tom, just not able to step into throws that time. He's so accurate usually, but he's not transferring his weight to his front leg. He's just falling backwards, nothing on the ball.
Yeah, last week, in last week's game, he had more zip than that. He had more behind the ball than that. Today, it's just everything's off his back foot.
Here we go. 4th down. Raiders get this play. They win the game. Flacco in the gun. Slot left. Aiken inside of Steve Smith Sr. Wallace right. The Raiders blitz. Carl Joseph. Flacco throws. Juggling. Incomplete. The Raiders take over. The Raiders will win the game as the defense again does it at the very end. They broke it up. He went down the middle to Kamar Aiken. It was broken up. DJ Hayden is slow to get up. The Raiders are going to get to 3-1 on the year as they will win in Baltimore.
Wow, what a game. What a game. I'll tell you, DJ Hayden has played a great game. I mean, he was in there. He made the
Reggie
hit.
Nelson too, Tom.
Yep.
Hayden had the initial coverage on Kamar Aiken, Link on the in cut. And he actually beat DJ inside, and then Reggie Nelson came over with the right shoulder in textbook form to pop that ball out of there.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say. You know, they up the level on targeting these days, and Reggie Nelson played that superbly with the right shoulder, right placement. Didn't hit a defenseless player. Well timed. Jar that ball loose.
Yeah, he got him. I don't think he got him right in the gut. I don't think he even hit him in the head.
Aiken is slow to get up. The Raiders with a big-time win. They've never beaten the Ravens in Baltimore. They've not won in this city since they beat the Baltimore Colts in one of the greatest games in the history of pro football, the Ghost of the Post double overtime game. on Christmas Eve of '77. That's how long it is. And the Raiders are 3-1 to open the year. They are 3-0 on the road for the first time, Link, since your 2000 Raiders went 12-4 that year and went all the way to the AFC title game before losing to Ray Lewis and the Ravens in the championship game. Derek Carr takes a knee, and that'll be it.
One more knee down. That's it.
The Raiders are 3-1 to open the year. This difficult early schedule where they were forced to play 3 of their first 4 on the road. And all early kickoffs, 10 a.m. kickoffs on the West Coast. They are through that time. And now they are 3-1, 3 wins on the road, the 1 loss at home to Atlanta. But they come home now for back-to-back AFC West games. Derek takes one more knee, and the final seconds will tick off. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Raiders are 3-1 to open the year. And they drop the Ravens to 3-1. This could be a huge victory as far as making the playoffs later in the season. But you're 3-1 after this tough 4-game stretch of scheduled time to open the year. You come home for the Chargers next week, and then Kansas City in a showdown game on October the 16th. Wow, what a game.